Welcome in, everybody, to race number 2 of PGR Lite Series Season number 2, where we have the Craftsman Trucks series here once again at the Talladega Superspeeday. I am aware there is something perhaps a little bit more important going on right now, the college basketball championship. Don't worry, I have that pulled up on my other screen, and we will be paying close attention to that throughout this race, just in case anything crazy happens. But right now it looks like it's all Cougars for those that aren't watching. But I see I'm now joined by Michael Triscaro, series owner and last season's champion. So before we go through this grid real quick, Mike, what are your thoughts before we get into it?
Yeah, well, I'm just loading in here a little bit behind tonight, but this is the second season, man. I'll tell you what, we ran some preseason races, and if you combine those with the first race last week, we have not had that many yellows. We've had a couple races have a couple yellows or 3 yellows, so these races for the most part have been better than Thursday night races, where you're going to get obviously the upper echelon drivers. And I mean, these guys are putting on a show right now, so I'm looking forward to hopefully another clean race, with not too many yellows and just some really good hard racing tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure we will get all of that and more, but let's go ahead and go through tonight's grid. Nick Seipel for Team PGR on the pole with Casey Sprinkle to his outside. Austin Green will be starting 3rd. Chris Walker for the Jack Shack in 4th. Wyatt Gray will be 5th. Matt Patton, a good qualifying effort from him. He will be starting in 6th. Nash Brambilla 7th. Brian Hennings in 8th. Mark Von Dell in 9th, and Chris Melton rounds out the top 10. Stephen Miles will be starting in the 11th position tonight. To his outside will be Heath Job. Freddie Basnez will be 13th. David Flanagan 14th. James Wagner 15th, Brock Westmoreland 16th, Jack Long the 3rd and 17th, Adam Young for the Jack Shack 18th, Chris Carter 19th, and Joshua McCullough rounds out the top 20. You have Hunter Hastings for R&R in 21st, Axel Smith 22nd, Michael Barksdale 23rd, James Waring 24th, Mark Person 25th, Jared Haynes 26th, Tanner Kasinger 27th, Ron Morris 28th, Derek Rowley in 29th, and Sterling Thies rounding out the top 30. Then you have Danny Barnes, 31st, Jeremy Osborne, 32nd, Quentin Steinbach back in 33rd, Stephen Scott in 34th, Tucker McClendon in 35th, and then a new name, Misael Flores. I think that's how I'm going to try and pronounce that, in the 36th position tonight. 37th will be Jeffrey Morrison, then Juan Cobbs Jr. in 38th, another new name to the series. Cameron Craig had 39th, Stephen Dunn 40th, and Joey Galati rounding out tonight's field in the 41st and final position. We're rolling to the green flag now. We'll bring up the race info in just a little bit. But for now, oh my goodness, we're already stacking up back here on this restart. Interesting. Well, the flagman has the flag in hand for Nick Seipel and Casey Sprinkle as they roll into this restart box this time by. The green flag is out, and we are racing here at Talladega. Coming to complete lap number 1 here. It's all Nick Seipel for Team PGR going to lead this first lap. The field's still very much 2x2 all throughout the pack. Maybe a little bit of 3 wide at the back. Josh McCullough taking a peek. No help home for Josh in turn 1, though.
Yeah, no help for Josh McCullough here, but Nick Seipel, I'll tell you what, he won that race on Monday night, or sorry, not Monday night, Friday night. It was the Mach 10 Motorsports race, and it was a free entry race. So that's what was really cool there about that race. And Nick Seipel, with that free entry, turned it into $200. He was able to hold off Kenny Reel and Stephen Miles. They're charged there on the last lap. And those two guys were working together. And Seipel was out front there on the white flag and through some blocks there, was able to get that win. It's a big win for Seipel, but I know he's looking for more. We'll see if he can get to victory lane tonight here in race number 2 of season number 6. Or season number 2. Man, I'm all messed up tonight.
It's all good. Well, that would be a first career win. A new first-time winner in the PGR Lite Series would be Seipel. But then you have someone that won the very first race of PGR Lite, Austin Green, taking the lead with a big push on the bottom from Wyatt Gray in the number 18. Nash Brambilla behind him as well. Nash Brambilla got a look at winning his first PGR race on Thursday night. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out for Nash. But how about this third lineup here, led by Matt Pat himself. Matthew Patton up there in that Yingling number 3 truck, riding a little bit high for that third line. Chris Melton, I believe that is behind him. Not going to like that too much, but a good run up on that third lane so far.
Yeah, Nash Brambilla was able to move his schedule around just a little bit for work, and now you see him. Ooh, we have almost trouble up front between Seipel and I believe Gray. They're going to door each other there, but they're going to save it. So no harm, no foul there.
Breaking in the back, it looked like. Jared Haynes around, sure enough. We got a big one.
Out.
I saw Jared Haynes get clipped. There's Danny Barnesville. Oh, big T-bone. Jeremy Osborne, and I believe that's Miziel Flores. Apologies for that name. You're going to have to correct me on that at some point in the future. That was a massive hit for those two drivers. They're both still underway, though. Still driving. Danny Barnes, there he is in that pink and white number 7. Seems to have very minimal damage as Mark Person in the 77 rolls by. Looks like maybe Tanner Kasinger with a look at this one as well. That's unfortunate for Kasinger. Someone that is a weekly threat in this series. Lots of damage for Kasinger already in this race. He's still spinning out. There he goes. My goodness. Okay, well, let's go back and see what set this one off. So we saw everything in the front of the field, kind of shuffling things around. And then we saw Jared Haynes, the number 7 for the Jack Shack. He gets hooked. Trying to tell that might
actually,
have been,
you know, yeah, a little bit farther ahead. It looked like Jack Long's going to get into James Wagner there. It's going to put Wagner down there underneath the apron. He's going to come back up on the track, and I think they're going to stack up back there, and that eventually kind of leads to, you know, Danny Barnes in that incident. It was that stack up a little bit farther up front.
Yeah, sure enough, you see Seipel getting clipped as the leader of the middle lane, and then everyone just reacting to that. Nash Brambilla all squirrely, third on the bottom. Look at him still trying to save him. The Jack Long, like you said, into the back of James Wagner, and those two do a good job of sorting themselves out, but then that causes a secondary stack up. There's Chris Carter, Michael Barksdale, Jared Haynes, and then Tanner Kasinger right into that right rear bumper of Jared Haynes. And that's going to spin Jared right back up into Kasinger. Kasinger up into Osborne. McClendon getting a piece of this. Sterling Theis potentially... Not sure. Juan Cobbs in the 26 is going to get a piece of it there. Danny Barnes just getting clipped last second. Quentin Steinbach going to get a piece of this as well in the 22. Yeah, pretty substantial accident back here for some guys that I would say are a threat, you know, in the series week to week. You know, it's a Jack Shack drivers. You got Kasinger. A couple guys that are taken out right here relatively early.
Lap 5 of 50. Now you're going to see a lot of these guys, these leaders, come down pit lane. You see Austin Green in his box here. They're going to take fuel only here with only 5 laps into this race. I believe no one stayed out. So all the leaders in. We have 50% fuel in these tanks here tonight. So every opportunity these guys get, they're most likely going to come down pit lane. Unless you're going to take a gamble and try to stay out there without the fuel. Cycle yourself to the front and hope for another caution before what would be a green flag stop. So no takers there for a gamble, but you know, these guys going to come down for that Sunoco race fuel, and it looks like they're all going to get off pit road good, no penalties there, and maybe Nick Seipel even will be your leader.
Yeah, it's definitely play a little bit of that strategy game, get as much fuel as you possibly can as we see this turn 1 camera, this big crash that happens. At the back of the field, oh, Jeremy Osborne, a big hit, and then that T-bone, you can hear it right there. For Jeremy Osborne, let's actually back that up a little bit and take another look at that for Osborne. That was a nasty looking impact. I know these cars ain't real or nothing like that, but if that was real life, that is a pretty substantial impact to. I mean, look at the outside wall and bam, the T-bone from Flores right into the driver's side door for Jeremy Osborne. So, tough break for lots of guys. We see here's Tanner Kasinger. It looks like is actually a lap down, a significantly damaged machine in that number 39. He is 1 lap down as it is. So is Jeremy Osborne. I believe Jeremy Osborne. Oh, he is still in the session, so that's good, but significant damage to him. Same for Flores, McClendon, and a few others of this crash. But as Mike said, Nick Seipel to the lead of this thing. Austin Green behind him. We still not a lot of shuffling going on at the front yet. Again, it's early caution. We're not even 10 laps into this thing. Long race to go here, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Long race to go. We talked about hopefully not having too many cautions tonight. We're going to get an early one, but that doesn't necessarily mean we won't have a lot of green flag racing. But, I'll tell you what, you're going 7 weeks here of the regular season, and all these points matter, especially those race wins. You get that win, you lock yourself into the playoff as long as you race 5 of the 7 regular season races. And, there's no drop week. We see a lot of drop weeks, and all the other leagues, but we decided, hey, we want to reward drivers for showing up each and every week, and we are not going to have any drop weeks here this season like we did last season. So that's one big difference, and we're going to a different playoff as well. It's not going to be a 1-race playoff. It's going to be a 3-race playoff. So these points matter, the wins matter, and we'll see what happens when we get to those playoffs. But I'm looking forward to that first round. I don't know about you, Landon, because any guy that wins a race, they're actually going to automatically springboard to the second of 3 rounds in the playoffs, which is really cool. So, that's why win matters more than ever this season. But what's going to be cool is that first playoff race. Any guy that does not win, who gets into the playoffs on points, they're going to be racing super hard to get to that round too. So, lots to race for here tonight and each and every week of this regular season. So these drivers are going to be very anxious to get to victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm laughing over here because I saw Freddie Baznez in the chat requested for us to show his paint scheme, and boy, is it one of the paint schemes of all time. Got a free Ethan Eckert on it. As we know, Ethan Eckert, we haven't seen him for a while. That's because he got banned from iRacing, doing some questionable things in a DraftMaster race, and yeah, a little. I don't really know what else to describe that as for Freddie Baznez. It's quite the paint scheme for Freddie. And shout out to Baker's mom, by the way, the $5 super chat. Excuse me. We love that. We appreciate you very much for that. Hope your son's doing well over there, over in Bahrain, I believe it is. He is doing a terrific job serving his country, and he's actually race controlling this race tonight. So he's actually doing a duty in 2 ways, to the country and to PGR eSports. So thanks to all the Baker family, all of y'all, for everything like that. Is terrific. As the pace car rolls off for Nick Seipel once more, regained the lead after some and the early caution and a pit stop, and now we're basically exactly to what we were at the beginning of this race. That's kind of strange to see that, but these are the trucks. They tend to parking lot sometimes, and can be hard to get passes done, but we'll see what the rest of the field can do here. As the green flag is back into the air, a good jump for Nick Seipel on the bottom. Austin Green has no help from Wyatt Gray out behind him as they go into 1.
Yeah, into 1 we go. Here comes the 23 machine as well. Giving a hard push there to Wyatt Gray, Chris Melton as well. I talk about Chris Melton almost every single night as he's been running up front, so probably going to shut my mouth because every time I do, it seems like Chris Melton gets into some bad luck. But here comes the other
crashing out
here.
Back. Tucker McClendon, Joey Galati out of turn 2. That will warrant a yellow flag as Tucker McClendon got loose, it appeared, I'm assuming from his damage out of turn 2. He overcorrected right back up into an innocent Joey Galati, taking him out of this race tonight. Wow, okay, so right back, as soon as we went back green, we're back under caution for Tucker McClendon. And we had this thing, the weekly Tucker McClendon interviews, and so far it hasn't been too well. Or too good of a race, I should say, for Tucker McClendon. We might have to wait a little bit, see if he can fix some damage before we talk to him. But this is him. He's getting pushed by Galati. Ooh, actually, hold on. Galati might have gotten a little contact to McClendon, setting this off. Let's back this up again. I need to see this. Because, you see, Galati's trying to push the very injured vehicle of Tucker McClendon. And, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough to say, Mike. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but it's not a bad push by any means, but you guys got to also consider Tucker McClendon's damage in that bright orange 00 truck.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a bad push at all there from Galati, and interesting how McClendon kind of just snapped up the racetrack. He's going to have heavy damage to his front end. He has no it looks like it came back on, but Galati, man, I'll tell you what, a lot of right front, probably some wheel damage as well there. So not sure. I'm going to probably have to hop in the cockpit of Tucker McClendon to see exactly what happened. I mean, that was pretty odd, like you said, to see him. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it almost looked like he started going, as soon as he started going underneath the yellow, he was already pinned turning right. I think he was just trying to correct it early. and that kind of snapped them back up the track. So, yeah, unfortunate circumstance there for both drivers. With heavy damage, no fast repair, it's going to be hard to come back from.
Yeah, 100%, man. Especially like for Joey Galati, someone completely innocent in all this. We'll go on board with him real quick too. Nothing you can really do here. I mean, I guess maybe he's kind of upsetting Tucker's car, but he's trying to push him back up there. He might not know that Tucker has damage, and then just a big hit for him on the nose twice, hitting McClendon and then getting bounced into the outside wall. So, very small crash. It appears like it's only 2 trucks involved, McClendon and Galati. So I guess we'll just go ahead and take it back live. Not really much else to see right there. As there's Tucker McClendon still sitting in the pits. Obviously, this night has not been too terrific for Tucker McClendon for the probably banned group. But we'll take it back up front right now as Austin Green has cycled to the lead of the race, it appears. No, where has Nick Seipel gone?
No, it's here's what happened here. So this is what I was just talking about there on the last yellow. You know, there's not much fuel being burned between the first yellow and this one. So a lot of guys stayed out. Josh McCullough, Jack Long, Steven Scott. I mean, some of these guys stayed out on that racetrack. They're going to assume the lead here. I think that's a great call, especially now you got 2 cautions early. It looks like, you know, they're going to breed cautions here tonight. And these guys are taking that little gamble. They don't mind having a little less fuel. And, you know, they're just hoping for a caution between somewhere now and before what would be a next green flag stop. And as long as they can stay up front, they're going to get that track position with this call. I love the call. I've done it myself, and I think it's going to work here tonight for these top couple drivers.
Yeah, it's really not worth pitting. I mean, kind of like to your point, that the caution came so quick. You only did half of a lap of not even at full song in your truck, like not even completely up to speed yet. So why not just stay out? As we're looking at Steven Dunn right here, I thought he was just one of the guys that stayed out and had a clean truck. Evidently not. There is no fender for that number 14 machine, and he's going to need to come into pit and sort that out very quickly. But yeah, sure enough, his teammate actually, Jack Long. This is a new team. I should make mention of this, that we've kind of seen these guys roll up. You know, we've seen Tanner Kasinger, Jack Long, Steven Dunn, a couple other guys. This is D-Gen Racing. That is what it is called. It is headed by Tanner Kasinger. So far, a very tough race for this new team, relatively new team, only in the past couple months in money racing. And that's so far so good, I guess, for Jack Long, I should say. I mean, here he is in the lead of this thing with Josh McCullough just outside and Casey Sprinkle. And I think this is one of these up-and-coming teams. You know, they still might need to have a little bit more development, you know, along the way to kind of learn a little bit more, gain some more experience. But so far, solid starts from a few of their guys, and now you have one of your guys in the lead.
Yeah, one of your guys in the lead, and hey, you never know. That's a good place to be here, especially the way the first couple laps here have gone tonight. Only 11 laps in, and, you know, we're looking at 2 yellows here tonight. So I think the place where you want to be right now is in the front, but you got some strong guys right behind them. Austin Green, he is hungry to get a win here early in the season, as is Wyatt Gray. 2 of those drivers right there, they were in the hunt for that championship last year in that last race, and some bad luck struck both of those drivers. So they're here for redemption this season. And, you know, Austin Green, he doesn't get to race much, mostly broadcast, but I'll tell you what, that guy, it doesn't matter too. It doesn't have to be a super speedway. A man from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, I'll tell you what, he can get it done anywhere. So Austin Green, one of the favorites, not just to win here tonight, but win that championship at the end of the season.
Yeah, he was someone that we saw in championship contention last season, but unfortunately, and I was watching this race back, I want to say last week or something like that. Austin was in like 5 different crashes in that championship race. Just could not have luck go his way after winning the first race on the season. And hopefully, you know, his tide will turn, I should say, for him in this season. So far, so good. A solid race last week, and here he is. So far, so good. It's still early. We're only on lap 11, coming to take lap 12. But so far, so good for the man out of McCullough Motorsports. And he's with his teammate right in front of him, of Joshua McCullough. And Casey Sprinkle, I should say. So we have 3 MMS drivers, all second, third, fourth, with Jack Long being their only obstacle to the lead of this thing. As Long is approaching the restart zone to take lap 12. Here he comes into it. The whole field coming in. Got a few blinkers in the field, too, tonight. But Jack Long is going to get a very, very good restart on that bottom side. He's going to be well clear of everybody into turn 1, but that bottom line is not whatsoever organized. Look at that. I mean, the Casey Sprinkle's help is 5 trucks back into 1, Mike.
Yeah, Casey Sprinkle. out there right now trying to get some help. And yeah, it's kind of a little disarray there in the middle of the pack. I mean, right now you see the end of this front pack with Brock Westmoreland and David Flanagan. And those guys right there is be a little bit gap on to Freddie Bazinez here in the 54. I think he's actually running the 44 here tonight. Help right now from Christopher Melton. So yeah, just a little disorganization there. And you get that a lot with bigger fields here, especially farther back in the pack. A lot of checkups happening on those restarts, not as tight as you would like to see them. And that's what kind of causes a little drift in packs there. But they're right there. They're latched onto these guys here in the front. So catching them right now, it should be a full pack here in the front, not too long.
Well, one lap in, and Jack Long's already been shuffled out to 7th and 8th place, 4th on the bottom. With that top line absolutely rolling, they fed Austin Green and Joshua McCullough down there, and now Wyatt Gray has been fed down to the bottom lane, with Chris Walker for the Jack Shack leading the outside line with a push from Brian Hennings, and Hennings' teammate Nick Seipel behind him, working his way back up to the lead of this thing. We saw him pit earlier on, at this last caution, I should say. He came in and pit, and he's trying to gain all that track position back right now. As the third lane thinks it's trying to materialize right now, but I'm not sure what's going on. Matt Pat in that number 3 keeps looking like he wants to take a look at it, but then he just keeps hopping back in, and then you have Hunter Hastings and Chris Melton going to hop right back in behind him as well. Chris Walker with the nose ahead of Wyatt Gray now. Not sure who's going to lead this lap. It's going to be close. It will be Walker, the number 23, out of the Jack Shack stable, to lead this lap as the whole field heads into one.
Yeah, here comes that third lane, though, now I believe, led by Chris Melton right there. Brock Westmoreland's going to go jump up in front of the 52. So here comes the 4-truck train on the top, led by Westmoreland. Nash Brambilla at the back of that one there. So, yeah, there it comes right now. They're going to the front. Brian Hennings is going to pop out. So is Nick Seipel. It's PGR here on the top, and they are looking strong. Side by side now with the leader, McCullough here. And we have action here at Talladega. 3 wide, about 10 trucks deep right now.
Yeah, now you've got to ask yourself, when's the 4 wide going to happen? We know we can do it in these trucks, and it's going to happen eventually when the guys in the back start getting upset that they can't make any progress. Brian Hennings on that third line makes terrific progress. He's going to clear all the way down to the bottom. He's going to lead that lap. His teammate Nick Seipel's going to clear down, like you said, all team PGR at the front of this deal right now, with a couple of R&R boys behind him and their other PGR teammate, Nash Brambilla, behind up on that third lane. But it seems like that line might be starting to die out a little bit. Chris Melton's pushes are not being received well by Brock Westmoreland on that top lane in the number 4. But here they come again. Maybe they're not dead yet. They start heading into turn 3, and they need that help. I believe that is Heath Job, another R&R member. So how about that PGR R&R alliance going on out here, Mike? It's looking real tremendous out there right now.
Yeah, it is, man. I'll tell you that right now. 74-degree ambient temp, 119 on the track. It's a pretty hot track temp, so I'm not sure what they're dealing with. I know the humidity's around 30%. So I don't know. It's probably getting hot in there, I guess, you know, with some of these pushes. And that's why maybe that top lane just cannot surge there to the front. So right now, it looks like the bottom middle lane still preferred. Here comes the 3. I believe Matt Patton, he's going to jump up to the top lane. He wants to lead some laps here at Talladega, but the 4 is going to have to get to his bumper. He will here down the backstretch. It's Matthew Patton now trying to get to the front. Flanagan's going to, nope, he's going to stay in line. And, yeah, Pat, ooh, there goes Walker. Chris Walker says, hey, I want to take control of this top lane. He's going to jump out, so we keep getting takers. But who is going to clear? No one's cleared so far. As Walker gets side by side with Gray there. Now he's going to be side by side with McCullough coming out of the turn. We got 3 wide right through the tri-oval.
Well, this is good news for that third lane. They keep shuffling guys up to that third lane, you know, like Walker and Patton. They want to go get up there and get a piece of it. That's helping Brock Westmoreland and really Christopher Melton refresh his temperatures. So when they do clear some trucks, as they are doing right now with Chris Walker and Matt Patton's well clear, but he doesn't take it, and that is going to substantially hurt Brock Westmoreland in terms of his temperatures. We got a few guys deciding to drop out of this. Look at that. Austin Green, Casey Sprinkle, a couple of drivers out of MMS, they are going to go to the back. They do not like what they're seeing up here, and they want to conserve for the end of this thing. They don't want to get taken out so early. Chris Walker now controlling between the bottom and the middle lane, as that third lane, they really needed Matthew Patton to clear down in front of Wyatt Gray right there, and it just didn't happen. And now I predict their line will start losing progress, as we kind of see that happening right now.
Yeah, Ron Morris Jr. now here into the top 10. He's in the middle lane there in the 76, right behind Flanagan, right in front of Chris Carter. See him making a charge here to the front, that middle lane working for the 76 machine of Morris. Team McCullough Motorsports drivers trying to get to his teammate, the 05, Josh McCullough, who's also another favorite here, not to win the night, but also win the
Oh,
series
he gets
championship
hooked.
as well.
Oh, my goodness. And right as you said, Josh McCullough, he got right hooked out of the second lane in turn 2, and he saved it. I don't know if that was him getting right hooked or if that was intentional. There's really no way to tell what that was from Joshua McCullough, but now he's the leader of that third lane, and hey, maybe that's what they needed. Now you got Matt Pat up there pushing Josh, and that refreshes those temperatures once more on that third lane, but they lost a lot right there as David Flanagan hops up to the third.
Yeah, 3 wide, man. This action is packed right now. This third lane. Ooh, Seipel's going to make a late block there on Walker. Man, Walker probably had to check up just a little bit to make that work. Wow, that was almost a big one here. That could have taken out half the front of this field. Flanagan now, he has the right of passage here on the top lane. Can McCullough push him clear down the backstrap? Seipel's going to go back down. Flanagan's almost clear. I don't think he's going to get it. He's not. Walker back clear. We'll see if Walker could clear down to the bottom. He does. Here comes Wyatt Gray to the middle. Seipel's going to give the Walker a push here. Man, this is crazy. That third lane just... Ooh, Nash Brambilla up into the wall. Hood is busted up. He is losing. He's now off pace. A big mistake there from Nash Brambilla.
Yeah, that was a very tough break for Nash. Oh, my. I mean, he is destroyed. His truck is done. We'll try and remember to take a look back at that. We're still racing very hard up here at the front of this thing. How about Ron Morris working his way up to lead pusher to Wyatt Gray? And then Chris Carter behind him. Matt Patton decided to bail down to the bottom side of the racetrack, or I should say in the middle, fourth behind Chris Carter. He did not like that third lane anymore. Now you have Chris Walker just trying to control these lanes. He wants his teammate David Flanagan, though, in that leading that third lane. We're crashing. Danny Barnes up and over, it looks like. As the yellow flag's going to fly, Casey Sprinkle involved. James Wagner might have gotten a piece of this as well. It's hard to say. Danny Barnes just got slammed in that right rear on the straightaway, and his truck lifted off the ground. But I'll tell you what, his truck looks pristine. I don't even think he has any damage, does Danny Barnes. So that's terrific news for him. Let's go back and see what just caused this. It did start around the 7 of Danny Barnes. There you see it now as he is starting to go up and over. We'll take this up top so we can see a better view of this. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I think that one's going on Derek Raleigh, the 71, and that 71 Toyota. He's going to offset push James Wagner here. And I think there was a checkup, and he didn't check up, and he's going to get right into Wagner. That's going to send Wagner down here into Danny Barnes. And that's what's going to bring out the third caution of the night. But Barnes, yeah, what a save by Barnes. Looks like he's going to be okay after what could have been a really bad wreck for him.
Yeah, we're taking a look at that now. Sure enough, I mean, that is, it's just a checkup gone wrong right there. Derek Raleigh slamming into the back of James Wagner, and then Danny Barnes, completely innocent in this, just gets obliterated out this right side. Probably didn't even see this coming, but all things considered, there's not really damage on any of these trucks. I mean, there's Wagner. If he has anything, it's going to be on his left side. Let me see if I can switch this real quick. I mean, okay, maybe a little bit on the left front, maybe 20 seconds worth. He can get that fixed in a jiffy. So that's good for these guys. James Wagner, oh, Cameron Craighead as well, the number 48. He did not see that the first time around. He might have got lucky, might have got net-coated through James Wagner in this, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check up on him once more. So here he goes. There's the checkup, and then up and over. Danny Barnes tries to go. Look at him just do a little hop and skip into the air, and he's going to sit right back down. Just a little fun ride for Danny Barnes, you know. Hey, you know, you got bored sitting back there. I'll just do a little quick airborne spin, I guess, do a little trick. Locks the brakes down, and minimal damage for the 7 of Danny Barnes. And for everyone involved in this, really. I mean, it looks like everyone's going to get away from this just fine. That is not something you usually say in a truck series race.
No, it's not. But looks like we had obviously some pit stops there. Nick Seipel doing a great job tonight, even during these cautions. I know you can't gain too much, but he's sure doing a great job getting on and off pit lane here tonight, as he looks like he's going to cycle to the front of this pack as your leader. So yeah, he came in, I think, second there to Walker, but he's got that stall up front. He's probably just going straight, getting that extra spot off pit lane. Chris Walker right now in second, Wyatt Gray in third, Ron Morris Jr., we talked about him, He's made a run here to get up to the front. And David Flanagan right now for the Jack Shack. That is your top 5.
That's the top 5 of the race as we run. So I'm confusing Casey Sprinkle and Mark Vondell. They have the exact same number, very similar paint schemes, and are on the same team. That was actually Mark Vondell getting a piece of this in this crash. Again, like, you look at his left front, it's fine. He'll get that fixed very quickly. He will still be in contention to finish out this race, and that's good news, like I said, for everybody. You know, you kind of like to see that. A nice little soft collection, I guess, in the middle of the back straightaway here. And everyone's going to continue on in the race. And that was a good little run we had right there, Mike. Some good racing that we saw. And I just hope it continues. You know, we can actually maybe even get to a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we do get to those pit stops. I mean, I always like to see at least one, you know, of the race, because it really helps, you know, separate the field a little bit, and, you know, really get to some more green flag racing when it gets more spread out. And, you know, we try to do that 50% fuel for a reason to get to that pit stop. And when you don't, this kind of stuff happens. You tend to have a little bit more cautions, but, you know, 29 laps to go here tonight. Getting close to that halfway point. We've had 3 yellows, but we still have some time here tonight to get to that green flag stop. We're going to have to get to it sooner than later, though. So we'll see if we can have a deep run right now here in this race. Looked like Jeff Morrison there had the black. Oh, that was black flags cleared. Just kind of going through some of the race chat here to see kind of what the calls are being made here tonight, and that way I'll be able to relay them to our viewers tonight.
Yeah, Nick Seipel inheriting the lead after, well, I mean, I guess he earned the lead, I should say, but he cycles to the front with Chris Walker. We still have the same kind of top 5 we had before that crash happened. I will point out something as well. I said I would try to keep everyone that is kind of interested in this and the college basketball championship. When we started this broadcast, Florida was down about 16 points. It is now all tied up. Well, make it a 1-point lead for Houston now. 7 minutes to go in that game. So I did say I'll try and keep us updated on that, and I do still have it pulled up right now on my other monitor. So yeah, that's I guess good news for anyone that's interested in that. Any Houston people out there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in Matthew Baker from that area. I'm not sure if he's into Houston sports or anything like that. I know he's from Texas. I might have that wrong. Who knows? But we have a race here to finish. We're not halfway yet, but like Mike said, if we get a little green flag racing under us, we should be able to get a green flag pit stop. And that's always fun to see in the trucks, because these are the most, like, I guess you could say, stable vehicles under braking, really in general. They're just more stable than anything else. They handle like 4-wide racing. You can slam the brakes down when you're coming into pits, and this one, is when we see these crazy 30, 40 car packs coming in all at once to come into pit road. And that would be very nice to see that, and we will see if we do actually get that. 3 cautions down. Coming to take lap number 24 is the 75 of Nick Seipel, with Chris Walker to his outside. Stephen Miles working his way up here in the number 24, last week's winner. Someone that's always sneaky. You know he's going to be there at some point, and here he is already up near the top 5. Green flag back into the air for Seipel, and now this time the inside lane is organized. The top lane doesn't have much outside of Ron Morris trying to get to the back bumper of Chris Walker. A little bit of a 5-truck breakaway here into 1.
Yeah, 5-truck breakaway here in 1. Here comes Heath Job now, cracks the top 10 here. Another guy like Chris Melton, a lot of bad luck lately, but you know, they're always up front. We'll see, you know, if the 760 or the 52 tonight can finally capitalize on some good runs of late. Heath Job now there on the bottom. He's going to be giving a shove here to the 25 of Chris Carter. Westmoreland right behind him. We'll see if Job's going to get a little bit racy. He is clear to go to the top. He's not going to take it there. He's going to keep inching forward there on the bottom of the lane. There's Matt Patton there in the 3. He's still challenging up here in the top 10. Right behind them, Sterling Thies, a good run there, just outside the top 10 right now, trying to come up. He was another guy I saw racing on Friday night in the Mach 10 Motorsports race that had a lot of success. Wasn't able to capitalize at the end, but Sterling Thies guy, he's been racing quite a few of these lately, and he's definitely getting a lot better out there.
Yeah, sure enough, a name that we need to keep an eye on, as well as the guy behind him, Axel Smith, who has seemingly been in contention to win almost every one of these Light Series races we've ever had. He had a very devastating loss last season at Daytona, I believe. I think it was the Next Gen cars. He lost that one to Kenny Reel, I want to say, early on last season. And, you know, speaking of Kenny Reel, we're crashing. Chris Walker is around, and so is everybody else. Ron Morris, Brian Hennings, Austin Green gets a piece of this, and Axel Smith and Sterling Theis. Right at the front of this field, as I was going into a monologue, the camera switched, and we see Chris Walker get... I'm not sure what happened. I mean, he was just perpendicular to the field at the very front of this thing, and now his truck is extremely damaged. Another contender, another threat in tonight's race taken out, as well as Austin Green. It maybe not taken out, but definitely involved in this one.
Yeah, Chris Walker, he's going to want to take that one back. He was not clear to go to the bottom. Thought he was for a second, not sure. He's got a spotter in his ear or not tonight, but the 75 was there. He had his left rear, and Chris Walker's going to come down, cut the nose off of Seipel in the 75. That's going to turn him back up the racetrack. Bad luck there for Ron Morris Jr. and Brian Hennings. I believe Axel Smith as well. You said Austin Green, but yeah, Walker just not clear there in the front of the field to come down. And, he's just, like I said, going to cut the nose off of the 75. And fortunately there for Chris Walker, he's probably going to get an EOL, but might not matter. He's got some damage to fix here tonight. And so do a bunch of others, man. And tough break there in the front of the field for some of these guys tonight. Fourth caution of the night we are pacing here. We're going to expect some more stops here tonight, more Sunoco Racing fuel, and plenty of damage to be fixed here during this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And just taking a look at this now, Chris Walker, he very nearly saved that too on Nick Seipel, and using that steering ratio that we're all too familiar with at this point, including myself, being someone that runs it, it is very easy to kind of overcorrect that sometimes. And he kind of had it saved if Ron Morris wasn't there to kind of catch him and propel him into that outside wall, and then Morris back up the track, and then a few good saves down here at the bottom, actually. You see Matt Patton in the 3, him getting into it, Chris Carter, and Brian Hennings doesn't have a rear clip anymore, but that shouldn't be too much to fix. Axel Smith with a simple spin in the number 97. I want to go back and take a look at Austin Green and see how he got involved in this. Someone that we saw at the very front of this thing, and he decided to bow out a little bit earlier, 2 cautions ago, before we had our 2 cautions ago point. Decided to bow out to look like he wanted to avoid all the chaos, and that ends up getting taken out in it. As here he is. Let's switch to something better. Here we are. The wreck begins, and Austin Green is going to get, I mean, oh my goodness. I hate having to do this again and go out on a tangent about ARCA braking, but my goodness gracious. That Austin Green just got pulverized by Derek Raleigh. I believe that's who that was. There's another view of it. The wreck's already started, and we're just, oh my God. I don't know. Take it over, Mike. I'm going to go off on a tangent.
Nah, it's all good, man. I know we all hate the ARCA braking. Once you see it, it definitely gets you ticking there, but it happens. It's part of this, unfortunately. Guys just trying to make up a bunch of spots there, when the yellow comes out. And I could get that you're late in the race or on the white flag lap, you got nothing to lose there. But doing it this early, especially when there's a crowd of trucks in front of you, really nowhere to go. Obviously, it's best to hit your brakes in those situations. And fortunately for Austin Green, and you know what? It would be fun right now to kind of pull him up here and to kind of see what he's saying. But Austin Green, you got a copy there.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Well, Landon's got that tick going, man. He hates that ARCA brake. And explain to us what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't want to call anything because Baker said it wasn't ARCA brake, and I tried to look at it real quick, and it's kind of weird because I mean, I agree in the sense of it doesn't look like, I mean, Derek's definitely checking up, but it's just like it's so late. I mean, I think he maybe slowed down 5-10 miles an hour at most before he hit me. I don't know. I know everybody has different stuff. I try to, as soon as I saw somebody getting in the wall, I try to slowly start slowing down and looking for a safe spot. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that's just, I don't know. I guess I'll leave it at that for now.
Well, you're being scored in the, I believe, the 24th position right there. You guys going back green here next time. By what's going to take to get through this field? How's the racing there tonight? Well, we've been under caution quite a few times here tonight, but what's your plan here the rest of the race? I know you probably got a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, I got all the damage repaired. It wasn't actually that bad, surprising, but try to hopefully find somebody here that I can either push to the front or I can work with to the front. Starts to get a little dicey if you get within 10 laps. and you're not able to get up in the top 10, that's usually when it starts to become almost kind of impossible feeling. So we'll see if anybody wants to go here. If not, then I guess it is what it is.
All right, we'll get you back to your race chat here tonight. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, he handled that a lot better than I would have if you dragged me up there. I think a lot of people probably know that too. Good on him after that. But, you know, I guess to everyone's credit, he didn't have crazy damage. You know, his truck is as brand new, good as new, back here, albeit with a lack of track position. But really, he's not that far back from where he was when the crash happened. So, Austin Green, there he is in the 87. What he's looking for right now is Casey Sprinkle, the guy that he bowed out of the pack with. He's looking for him, like, hey, where do you go? I need your help. Kind of get me back up here. And speaking of, here is Sprinkle in the number 59 with the American flag on his hood up in 12th. So if those two get linked up, pair of teammates, got to watch out for them. They will be a threat towards the end of this race. Joshua McCullough has inherited the lead of the race, another one of Austin Green's teammates. With Stephen Miles behind him, Wyatt Gray to the outside, Nick Seipel will be behind Wyatt Gray as we take 22 laps to go. Very late into the box, and that causes a stack up, and we're trying to crash desperately, and we do. Jared Haynes, Freddie Baznez, Jack Long, I think, just took a brutal hit to the inside wall. Trying to go back and see it. Steinbach's around, and he's going to get a little bit more damage. I think that was from Flores. Steven Scott involved. There's Bazinez. And then Jack Long, who had a nasty hit. And that's going to be the end of Jack Long's night. The engine has started the process of death on the 124 machine. Wow.
Well, I think I jinxed this race from the very start. These guys have been racing clean for a number of weeks now in the preseason and last week in the opener. Tonight, not so much. Caution again here at Talladega. And talked to you a little bit before this race. You know, we got a new rule here, and not just because I was the champ last season, but I know there was a lot of talk about that with Dega Pros. They used to run the Little Guys series here on Monday nights, and you know, we were trying to figure out ways to involve past champions, and we came up with one here to let the past champion race in one race per season. Can't be in the playoffs, so that way they're not helping any driver, you know, in those playoffs and taking away from anything that has to do with that. But, you know, I was thinking about racing here tonight. I was between this race, the one at Daytona, and the Xfinity at Talladega. And I'm going to go out there and say right now, Landa, I am glad I am not in this race here tonight. There's a lot of wrecks going on, and probably would have got caught up in one of those, not been too happy. I'm glad I'm up here tonight calling the race with you.
Yeah, I think all of us out there that have been in race sessions with Michael Triscaro could only imagine some of the vocabulary coming out if he was involved in some of this right now. But that kind of goes for a lot of people in here. So no harm, no foul on that. But this crash is going to begin with... okay, it's going to be kind of hard to narrow down exactly what caused this, because at the end of the day, it was just a atrocious stack up where the true point of contact seems to be with David I'll take that back. So Cameron Craighead is actually going to snap himself sideways in the 48. He's going to hit Matt Patton. That's going to send him around into Hunter Hastings in the 44. Then those two come down and hit Flanagan, but then the true crash happens behind in the form of Jared Haynes. And there he is getting destroyed. Chris Melton, there's Bazinez in the 51 getting a piece, and then Jack Long is going to take that nasty hit to the inside wall. Bam! About the worst angle you could hit that wall. And then Flores is going to get a piece of Haynes. Waring is involved. Steinbach getting a piece. There's Steinbach spinning. Wow. This involved quite a few drivers right here, but I wouldn't really say not much in terms of bad damage other than Jack Long. His night will be over. But I wanted to get a look real quick at probably Freddie Baznez if we can switch to him. There he is. So he's already spinning at this point. Let's switch this around and back this up again. So this is Baznez. Someone I'm surprised we haven't really seen up front all night. So he gets clipped by Haynes. Oh, he's just going to spin innocently up the track. All good for Baznez. Probably not even any damage for him. Galati might be getting a piece. Steven Scott, there he is, rolling by. So, Let's go ahead and grab an onboard actually real quick. Let's do. I'm trying to see who should do. How about Jared Haynes? See if we can pull that up real quick. And you see this just an atrocious stack up. It's starting like at the front of this field. You usually don't see that. You see these kind of crashes happen further back, and this happened right in the top 10 of this race. And just absolutely nothing Haynes could do. As you can see the melee behind him, everyone else getting spun behind him as well.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to take a peek through this field and seeing what happened there. We had some guys obviously come in. Not sure what Seipel did. I'm kind of looking here to see if Nick Seipel came in. I would think he would have there. Just going back here to check that out. I don't believe Seipel. Now, Seipel, I think he stays out on the racetrack. So, yeah, Nick Seipel's going to stay out. That's going to cycle him to the front in the lead again. And he's just going to play that long game here with the cautions, and he's going to bank on these guys not going green. Not a terrible idea. So is Casey Sprinkle and Mark Vondell. So those guys all stayed out on the racetrack. So did Danny Barnes. You have to go back to Wyatt Gray, who's being currently scored in 5th as the guy that's first off pit lane with a full tank of Sunoco racing fuel. So the top 4 right now, Seipel, Sprinkle, Vondell, and Barnes. They're not going to have full tanks of fuel. They'll be saving some fuel if they can here during this caution, as the pace car lights are now out. We'll go green next time by. And before we do, see if we can get a quick word now, Landon, with the guy. We talked about him earlier, Heath Job. We'll see if we get a quick word with Heath Job. Where did I just put him here? He's probably like freaking out. Like, what the heck is going on? Heath Job, you got a copy.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Hey, man, well, you're right there, right around the top 10. We had, I think, 4 guys stay out, but won't keep you long real quick. You're going green here, but good run here tonight. Good runs of late. What's it going to take to finally get one of these closed tonight?
What it's going to take is for some kind of golden horseshoe magically to appear over my fripping head, because it doesn't matter where I'm at, it's going to find me.
Well, that answer is expected.
I just got to, do what I normally do, keep driving smart and calculated when I normally drive, and just hope it falls out in my hands.
Well, Heath, you're going green next time by. You're about 19, 18 laps to go here. We don't usually cheer for guys up in the booth, but we'd love to see you tonight. Get the job done. Good luck.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the curse. Kidding.
Heath Job getting that announcer's curse, but we're trying to have some fun, get some more guys involved up here in the booth. So we'll see if Heath Job can get it done tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a pretty feel-good win if Heath could get up there and win this race. And right now, I mean, there is some pretty good underdog potential at the front of this thing. Vondell, Danny Barnes, he hasn't been racing much of really the past few months, and he's making his way back into this. He's already been involved in a couple crashes back up here, and trying to look out through the rest of this. Yeah, he ain't that far off. He's only just outside the top 10. We're going back green. Here we go. No stack-ups this time, thankfully, to cause another melee like we just had. Nick Seipel assumes the lead of the race. Casey Sprinkle does have his teammate Vondell pushing Nick Seipel in the number 75, and a very calm restart this time, Mike. I guess they learned their lesson from the last one.
Yeah, those yellows have been eating them up, and, it's crunch time now. 18 laps to go. You do not want to get caught up in a wreck now, and with no fast repairs and not much time to fix your damage here tonight. And remember, Landon, there's that new rule this season. On Mondays and Thursdays, it's only one green-white checkered. So we're trying to make it so these guys think twice about wrecking them and stacking them up a million times. So you're only going to have one shot at NASCAR overtime, and you're not going to be able to rely on multiple cautions at the end of the race to try to get back in it. So you are going to want to get up front, stay up front, in case that caution does fall late. And we'll see. Some of these guys, like we said, stayed out, didn't take that race fuel. We'll see if that plays a factor if we do have a green flag run. But they are going to take their chances on the odds here tonight of a yellow coming out. And, hey, look at them now. Last week's winner locked into the championship playoffs. The 24, when it matters most, here he comes. Stephen Miles in that pink and white Craftsman truck doing some damage here now into the top 5.
Yeah, we see Brock Westmoreland look like he tried to go out to that third lane and nobody went with him. That's going to allow Wyatt Gray in the 18 to file up in front. of that. In front of Dave Flanagan, a tight clear for Gray, but he managed to make it work. Casey Sprinkle's now controlling these lanes. Look at the separation. There's 2 packs that are formed with a couple of bridge cars and Brian Hennings and Joey Galati. All these trucks are wiggling around so much right now. This is a crazy camera shot to look at them like this, but let's go back and see that real quick. Because this is Brian Hennings. Here he is. He's currently in the 21st position. Joey Galati is a lapped vehicle, but he's going to push Brian back up into this. That's good for him. But behind that, here's the second pack, led by Michael Barksdale, Axel Smith, Adam Young. Austin Green is a part of this. Juan Cobbs, there he is on the outside lane, trying to get around the damaged Chris Walker. James Waring going to try and do the same thing. Mark Person, Nash Brambilla with a repaired vehicle is back out here. But these guys are losing this pack, and they're losing it very, very quickly. And they're just kind of racing themselves right now. They're going to need a caution, and, you know, I'm sure they'll probably get it. As now we're racing 3 wide at the front of this thing. Chris Carter with a push from Wyatt Gray and Freddie Bazinez up on the 3rd.
Yeah, here comes Chris Carter, kiss my Bass on the side. In that Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet straw. And I'll tell you what, Chris Carter, he lives in Columbus. So does the guy in the 18, Wyatt Gray, all Ohio here on the top. They are looking stout, looking fast off the turn here. We'll see if they could get a big run down the Alabama Gang super stretch. They go. They got the run, and Carter is clear. He'll take the middle. He's going to go all the way to the bottom. Block Sprinkles run. Chris Carter to the lead. Wyatt Gray clear as well to the middle. Wow, I believe backwards numbers or something on the 51. He's almost going to wreck, but Wyatt Gray now clear in front of Barnes, the 7. And the Ohio contingent here now up front.
Yeah, we could really see that advance from the 3rd lane, the momentum they had from that kind of spotter cam we just had on that backstretch. They were flying even before they even exited the corner. They had all the momentum. That allows Chris Carter and Wyatt Gray to clear down in front of both of these lanes. Now Stephen Miles is going to take a peek of it with Freddie Bazinez behind him. That's a dynamic duo now, in case anyone's missed it. Freddie Bazinez, no longer a member of Nightmare Esports, and Ethan Eckert, he hasn't been for a little bit, but those two have now decided to go and team up with Malik Ray and Kyler Wynn and Stephen Miles. So obviously Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn not allowed to race this series, but Stephen Miles is. So those two are teammates in this series now, as Bazinez is going to push Miles to the lead of the middle lane. James Wagner now becoming the lead pusher with 2 of his teammates behind Bazinez out of 4.
Yeah, to 4. Here comes Roughneck Racing. It's James Wagner, their second line behind Bazinez, getting a push from his teammate Chris Melton. Tell you what, a great run here for Wagner. We'll see if he can get here in the mix. Gonna have to get on the back bumper there of Bazinez and try to get this top lane moving again. Right now, they also have a teammate behind them, I believe the 44. So these guys right now have the numbers here on the top, but they're gonna have to get to the back bumper, like I said, of Bazinez and start digging, no lifting here to try to get to the front. 13 laps to go. Here comes Wyatt Gray to the outside. He knows he has some really good help with Bazinez right there. So good move from Gray to try to get back up to the front. Definitely wants to get to the front, clear back down in the middle if he can. Hopefully this time we'll have a better help there. And Landon, I don't know if you're keeping an eye on this game. Man, what a heck of a basketball game this is. The end of the NCAA season. 1-point game right now.
Yeah, it is, as Casey Sprinkle's getting hooked in every direction at the front of this. I did just bring it back up. Florida with a 1-point lead over Houston. 30 seconds to go. Houston has the ball. Nick Seipel's the lead. Let's see if we can accommodate both of these. Out of bounds, 26 seconds to go off of Houston. So Florida's ball with a 1-point lead, 26 seconds to go. Back to the race, 12 laps to go. Seipel to the lead with a push from Chris Carter. That kind of mess up from Sprinkle getting hooked into either direction has allowed an advance from the bottom lane, but not for long. Sprinkle's coming back. Wyatt Gray still trying to make that 3rd lane work, but honestly, I don't think they have the momentum, or Bazinez doesn't have the temps right there up on that 3rd lane right now.
Yeah, Nick Seipel, your leader. We'll see if Chris Carter can clear and go to the middle. Looks like he's going to do it. He does. Chris Carter now to the lead. He's going to give a great shove here from Sprinkle. Seipel's going to back up to Vondell. Man, we have a mixed bunch up here. Vondell's going to blank out. That's going to stack up that bottom lane, hurt the bottom lane just a little bit. And, Carter's going to clear down to the bottom. Here comes Wyatt Gray on top. Still a 1-point lead for Florida. Man, Houston led this game since it was 8-6. Florida out of nowhere with a 1-point lead. We're going to double commentate both 3 wide at Talladega.
Yeah, Carter's going to clear back up to the middle lane. He made a... Oh, Vondell's hooked at the front of the field, and we are going to crash him up big. This is going to be everybody. We got Flanagan up and over, a brutal crash. Steinbach involved. Joshua McCullough, Barnes. Trying to see, it might be a couple of others. Sure, no, I did not mean to bring that up. I don't know how that just came up. Chris Melton getting a piece of this. Josh McCullough with a torn up right front. Vondell in the grass. Trying to find Flanagan. There he is after barrel rolling down the back straightaway. Still going to continue onward. Probably doesn't have a lot of damage in that. And as we go back to replay this here, it is an official review right now. Trying to see, I guess, who went out of bounds right there. Still 26 seconds left in that. So let's get a quick replay of what happened to set this one off. And it looked like it started with Mark Vondell. And I'll tell you what, immediately, the luckiest guy in all of this is Stephen Miles. Because Mark Vondell, so he's getting all sorts of squirrely behind Nick Seipel, and then Josh McCullough is going to hook his teammate Vondell up into Miles, but not into Miles. He's just going to face right through the 24 machine, and he's going to face through everybody else. Honestly, there's Flanagan getting turned by Job as we are now back in play. Florida possession. He looks like he dribbled out of bounds. Okay. It's kind of hard for y'all to... I'm kind of giving a radio call of a basketball game while actually broadcasting.
He split the free throws, so it's going to be a 2-point lead. Florida to the timeout. Houston down to 19.7 left on the clock. So this one's coming down to the wire, as is this race here at Talladega. The man out front, Chris Carter, looks like he's going to come to pit lane and should bring everybody in. Should be the last stop of the night. You're going to pack this full of Sunoco racing fuel. You should be able to easily make it to the end. And those green-white checkers. So Chris Carter coming into his spot right now. He's going to hope he does not slide the box. He gets in, hits the brakes. He is safe and sound. Here comes Wyatt Gray as well. Wyatt Gray is going to come in. Ooh, he's going to slide. He's going to have to back up. That's going to cost him just a little bit of time here. Christopher Carter's off. So is Stephen Miles. We're going to see the race off pit lane. It's going to be Christopher Carter, Stephen Miles, and I believe Casey Sprinkle.
Yeah, we're going on board with David Flanagan as he went up and over on the back straightaway, slamming his roof into the inside wall. But again, I don't think his damage is going to be too extreme for Flanagan. I want to back this up one more time and see how Quentin Steinbach got involved in this, because I couldn't even really see. There he is. All right, let's get a different view very quickly. Here's Steinbach, and he's going to get turned by Barksdale. Again, minimal damage for Steinbach, I believe, as well. So that is good news. We'll go ahead and take this back live as the game is now in commercial break. Florida made one free throw to 65-63 with 19 seconds to go. Back to this race, 6 cautions down, 9 laps to go. When we restart, it'll be 7 to go. Chris Carter in the lead of the race with Stephen Miles, again, the luckiest man here tonight, because he should have gotten cleaned out right there, and he didn't. Thanks to a little bit of good old net code, the thing we love to talk about in iRacing in every single race we ever do. But in third place back here, how about this? Matt Patton up here in third, having a very solid race tonight. Matt Patton has not left the top 10 of this race, I don't believe.
Oh, Houston has to throw one up. Oh, my God, I think he's going to travel. What are they doing? Florida's going to win this game. Houston they didn't even get a shot off. I mean, how can you not even get a shot off? What a disaster is end for a team that led the game since it was 8-6. And Florida rallies from a 12-point deficit for a 65-63 win. National champions to the Florida Gators, and man, heartbreak for Houston. I mean, man, I don't know if you saw that, but I mean, they didn't even get a shot up. I don't know what the heck they were doing there on that last possession. But man, wow, what an end of that game. That's why they call it March Madness. We had it here in PGR, and we're gonna have a lot of madness still left here on the racetrack. 8 laps to go, going to be 7 to go when we go back green.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. Your stream was way ahead of mine. How did they screw this up when they had 19 seconds? I'm just going to sit back and watch this, if y'all don't mind, real quick. Oh, my goodness. What are we doing? 4, 3... Oh. What? What did I just watch?
That was as bad as you're going to ever see it, man.
What did I just watch?
I think that guy couldn't touch the ball again because he went up, so he couldn't grab the ball, or it would have been a double dribble is what I'm thinking. So he was waiting for a teammate to come and try to collect it. Yeah, I mean, that was just as bad as you're gonna get. I mean, they had plenty of time left, even to try to heave one up early, just in case they didn't make it. Just a poor execution there by Houston, a team I was kind of rooting for. Smaller school, obviously, than Florida. Would have loved to kind of see that tonight, but it's going to go to the Gators of Florida, and I'm sure going to be rocking down there. And wow, what an end there, but man, we'll see if these guys can execute the end of their races better than Houston here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, I was a couple days ago, I was at work during basically the first half of the Auburn game, me being the Auburn fan and everything, and was pretty disgusted at what I was seeing because, well, I mean, it's just typical Auburn behavior, hype everything up and then choke it at the end. It's usual what happens to Auburn, but then you watch the Houston and Duke game, and the comeback that Houston had in that game was tremendous. Duke had that on lockdown, and then Houston comes back to win it, and then they're the ones that completely fumble the bag tonight for the Florida Gators to win the national championship in 2025. I guess congrats to them, and I guess I should be happy that my Auburn Tigers got beat by the champions. So that is a good thing, I guess. But wow, what an ending to that game! As we're finally restarting. I feel like it's been an hour since we saw green flag racing. After all we just witnessed right here, that was incredible. Chris Carter going to launch in the box. A good start by Chris Carter. He needs to try and connect with Matt Patton. He's going to lift right there, I believe. Or he might have just been shifting. Sorry, I'm disoriented now on racing after what I just watched in that basketball game. But that's going to leave it all open for Stephen Miles up there, and that's dangerous. These guys know Stephen Miles, he's already a winner this season. If he goes back-to-back, he's already locked into the round of 8 and everything. That's just going to keep padding his stats in this series even more of what is going to be the final season for Stephen Miles and Freddie Besnes. That was decided by admins. Matthew Patton's going to hop up. He wants to take a look at this lead and get a push from Stephen Miles down there on the top side of the racetrack.
Yeah, Matt Patton doing really well. I know a couple weeks ago, not sure, remember what series it was in. He had a great shot at the race. And, caution out. Caution is out on the racetrack. These guys are going to slow down here in the front. But we do have a caution. Look, 77 spinning hard into the wall. Ooh, wow, that is going to be Person. I believe Mark Person hard into the inside wall.
Yeah, I really hope we're actually going to get a look at this because I'm not sure that these cars were rendering.
Yeah, Person, I mean, he literally just cut off the nose of Vondell, and that he set himself into the inside wall. Not sure why the caution was
this isn't
thrown.
the caution. Yeah, this right here is not the caution. We're looking at Person now as everyone checks. Oh, he chopped off Vondell and then I guess was just slowing for the caution. Vondell just either wasn't expecting that or I'm not sure, but that is the 77 of Mark Person. He had a good clean run tonight, not been involved in anything. And unfortunately, it's going to end like that. That is really tough for him.
Oh, I think there was another car coming through the grass.
Oh, I see it. I think I see it right here.
Yeah, the 24. I think he got punted there, I think, by Waring. Yeah, Waring just smashes into the back. I think of Juan Cobbs. That's a new name. Juan Cobbs Jr. here in the 24. Yeah, he's going to get a mad shove right there by Waring. That's going to send him down underneath the apron. He's going to go through the grass. And then, I don't know. I think the caution.
That's still not the caution. No, the caution happens at the beginning of turn 3, and I'm still trying to find who exactly that was because it happened way back there. It was behind all of this. Okay, this is going to be it. I think it originates around Joshua McCullough, and it does. Joey Galati is going to give us a good push. That was a pretty hard push to Joshua McCullough. It's going to spin him down into Chris Walker, and Casey Sprinkle gets a piece of this. So, okay, that's very odd, but this is what is going to be the cause of the caution flag. Galati coming up there to give Josh a push. Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad push by Galati. It just snapped Josh around immediately. And Sprinkle ends up getting a piece of this also. That's wild. I'm not entirely sure why Sprinkle was that far back to begin with.
Yeah, it was hard for us to find the cause of the caution there. There was a couple other little incidents there on the track ahead of them. So, man, a lot happened in there on that lap. But, yeah, a lot more happened farther on back there. McCullough onto pit road now. He's getting damage fixed. Not sure if, he's going to be able to keep on going here. It looks like he should be okay. Casey Sprinkle and Chris Walker as well. All these guys on pit lane. Mark Person, you saw him, and he had heavy damage as well. So, wow, interesting, man. That was definitely changed the course of their race. We do have 5 to go. It'll be 4. Yeah, I think we're going to have a natural, so 5 to go now. We're going to take the 1 to green next time by 4, so 3. I think we'll have 3 laps to go when we go back racing here. And we'll see if we can, these guys know, like I said before, only 1 green, white checkered. So the time is now. I'll tell you what, Carter, Pat, and Gray, Westmoreland, Miles, all these guys in a really good spot right now. If they can hold steady here, they have a good shot tonight at the money positions.
Yeah, sure enough. And taking a look at Juan Cobbs Jr., shout out to him, a new driver to the PGR Lite Series. We saw him get a little piece of the action right there under the yellow flag, but his truck seems to be all good, and he's still going to be in contention, currently residing in the 18th position. We'll shout out another driver, another new name here, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to say this right once more. Misael Flores. Apologies again, not going to be able to say that one correctly. Please let me know if you are in the PGR Discord. Please send me a message and let's get that sorted out. But shout out to them. A couple of new names to the series. That's what we like to see, is some new drivers coming out to try and see how good their talents stack up against the best that the PGR Lite Series has to offer. And then who knows, that could translate to them running in Thursdays as well. So, yeah, huge shout out to these guys. And shout out to everyone in the chat as well. Just looking at this, I see Kenny Reel is in the chat. Our most recent PGR winner. Shout him out as well. Congrats for that. Talking about what happened at the end of that game. That's good. And got Lisa W saying, love the Duolingo truck. Yeah, sure enough. That is let's go back to him, actually. Duolingo is that's a kind of a funny little thing. I used to use that back in my days of having to learn Spanish for 3 years. It's a great app. Shout out to Duolingo. I guess I'll say that. Shout out to them for being a great service for learning languages. If you're ever interested, just go to Duolingo. Juan Cobbs is trying to get everyone to go learn some languages, I guess. So shout out to him once more. Cameron Crackhead, someone that's been involved, I think, one incident tonight, but so far just a kind of consistent run. Kind of just been hanging around the top 20, if I could speak properly. And then in front of him, you have Austin Green, who is slowly but surely trying to work his way back through this field after getting obliterated in an ARCA braking circumstance a few cautions ago. And then you have Axel Smith, who was involved in that same crash. Adam Young is back up here for the Jack Shack. And then the guy that Mike was shouting out earlier, Sterling Theis, up here as well. And then Freddie Bazin is in front of him. So there's some pretty big hitters back here. A group of people, I should say, that could make something happen. But will they have the time to make it happen with only 3 to go?
That remains to be seen, man. I'll tell you what, Chris Carter, this would be a very big win for him, as would it be for Matthew Patton. You see right there lurking Stephen Miles. Can he go out and get his second win? But you really want to pull for these guys, up here in this front row, as the pace car is going to dip on below the yellow line yet again. Could it be the last time tonight? We will see. If we get to that white flag here in the next few laps, it will be official. If not, we'll go to the one and only NASCAR overtime in green-white checkered. Chris Carter side by side now with the 3 of Matt Patton into the Geico restart zone. Green flag back into the air on the PGR Lite Series.
Another great jump from Chris Carter. He's going to change lanes in front of Matthew Patton, and that's going to be a black flag for Chris Carter. Changing lanes before the start-finish line on a restart. You cannot do that, but him doing that is not going to help him at all anyway, because Matthew Patton, the run off the top side, is probably going to clear him out of this corner, I would think. Maybe not. Carter getting a run back, but what is Baker going to do as the RC? How are these guys going to be treating Chris Carter right now out there on the racetrack?
Yeah, RC,
Patton's getting hooked at the front of the field, and they're gonna save it. They saved it, but the caution's out.
Yeah, he's gonna think he probably not a bad idea. We get in these situations as race control. I do it a lot. If you watch the start of this wreck here, the 3's turning across the field. The 75's getting involved, and they're all fanning out. And you can't expect them to save it here. And you got to make a split decision. Hey, should I hit this button? Should I hit this button? And I think it was a right call there to bring that caution out, even though they saved it. A lot of this field checking up for everything that happened in front, and probably more fair to kind of bunch them up one more time. But you really don't know, if you don't hit it, it's very likely they all start wrecking. So I think it was a good call to make the caution there, but we'll see if Chris Carter gets a penalty here, I believe he should. We'll see what race control does.
Yeah, that's probably the expectation for Carter, but what a job by the rest of the field to save that. I mean, Matt Patton, we saw him kind of have a similar instance with Heath Job earlier in the race, I believe it was, just kind of spinning sideways, spinning out to the left, and then saving it that way. And this time, a way bigger moment for him to complete that save, and he does it just as well. And then you have Nick Seipel behind him as well, and whoever was under him, we'll have to back that up and take a look one more time at Seipel. Here he is. That's going to be Hunter Hastings in the number 44. What a job. I mean, you don't see this happen. I mean, Matt Patton was almost 90 degrees facing the opposite way of the field. Maybe not so much 90, but you get the point. And Seipel getting turned as well, and the whole field saves it. And I'll tell you what, I really wish that caution wasn't thrown, because that kind of shaded everybody out, scattered the field around, and that would have created, who knows what would have happened in that circumstance if that thing ran out to completion. But wow, let's back this up. Actually, let's go on board with Matt Patton, who is still in the third position, mind you, after this insane save. Because this is, now I'll tell you what, I don't think Matt Patton, he is not a user of 210 or 180 or anything like that. I do not believe. No, he was. Wow, he's not. I just saw that wheel. I mean, that was all him. That was all his reaction time and his reflexes saving that number 3 truck. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I believe Trevin Astronaut is on race control. I hear him.
Trevor Astronaut is race control?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Baker had a bail. I hear Trevin Astronaut coming up as race control. And now the discussion is, well, hey, well, it looks like Chris Carter is going to manually disconnect.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, he's just going to straight up and quit here. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Baker, somebody snitched. I mean, I wrote it in the chat, but obviously not race control, just broadcasting. Yeah, they're saying I said it first. Well, I don't think Trevin saw it. So, if you're race control and you don't see it, maybe he went back and reviewed it after the fact and gave the penalty out late. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, what the call was, but I think he did end up getting the OL.
There is one person that we can ask about that, if we were so inclined to do so. Chris Carter is in one of those voice channels down there.
Yeah, let's bring him in.
Sure enough, there he is. Chris Carter, Landon, and Mike in the booth. Do you have a copy? He does not. Chris Carter, Landon, Mike in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I ain't talking about it.
Oh.
Yeah, we were wondering what happened there. Did you get a penalty? Did you not? We were wondering up here in the booth.
Yeah, no. Trevor's saying I crossed over, which I didn't. I made sure I rested the line, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter. I won't be back. It's all good.
Well, you heard it there. That was Chris Carter not happy with the call here tonight. And it's raw emotion there. And, nothing obviously he could do there. We'd have to go back and review that one.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, two things based off that interview that we just heard, at least for me to inject personal prediction, opinion, or anything like that. We have heard Chris Carter say that a number of times, and I think a lot of people have said that a lot of times. They're not going to come back. It's just heat of the moment. Obviously getting that penalty, which honestly, I don't know, Mike. Just your thoughts, I guess. I mean, I think we already know your thoughts, but I mean that was pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I mean, I'm up here in the blimp, broadcasting the race. I mean, I put it in the message. I was thinking Baker was in here, and he would have made that call. Obviously, Baker had to leave. Oh, Baker's there on the message now. So I think he's back. So Baker probably had to leave for a little bit. Trev took over. But at the end of the day, he did commit a penalty. Whether they called it late or not, Trevin called it, and you know it was the right call. He did change lanes before the start-finish line.
Yeah, that's to me that's pretty plain and simple. I really don't know what else to say about what just happened right there, but we've got a race to finish right here, and it's going to finish here and now. Only one attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Stephen Miles, the leader of the race in the number 24, with Matthew Patton, the man that just made that crazy save on that last caution. Here he is up in P2 with Heath Job and Wyatt Gray in tow as well. What are these guys going to do? What are these guys going to try and do in the back? Where they're going to stack up is what they're going to do on the outside line, but they sort that out. Thank God they did that. Now we got a little 6-truck breakaway Seipel topside. Going to fit in behind Wyatt Gray as they head into 1.
Yeah, into 1. Here comes Matt Patton. A great push from Wyatt Gray, Nick Seipel. 3 versus 3 right now. The odd man right now, that 44. Is he going to come out that top lane? It looks like he is, and there's going to be plenty of truck lengths on back to the 28 and the 4. So right now, here comes Pat, and he's got the run, he's got the speed. Can he clear the 24? He is not going to be able to do it. I do not believe he does. He clears him barely into the 24. Matt Patton to the point.
Matthew Patton to the point with Stephen Miles behind him. Now what can the outside lane do? It's got 2 strong guys up there, Wyatt Gray, Nick Seipel, Hunter Hastings. Add a 3rd strong guy to that list, and they're going to clear Wyatt Gray almost immediately. Something's going wrong for that bottom lane. They might get Seipel clear as well. Gray down to the bottom. We're crashing, and there it is. Patton couldn't save that one, and they're going to quad him up pretty big at the front of this top 5, but now we still have a race to finish. Look at what we've got up here. We've got Nick Seipel, Cameron Craighead's up here. Sterling Seipel's around, and he's gonna save it. And he's not gonna save it. There goes Nick Seipel out of turn number 2. Wyatt Gray now the leader of the race. Freddie Basnez behind him. Steven Scott. Topside, you have Sterling Theis, Brock Westmoreland, Cameron Craighead. Probably gonna be settled between these guys right here. What is Freddie Basnez gonna do? He's got Wyatt Gray in as an obstacle in front of him right now. Is Basnez going to hop topside? He can't. He doesn't have an opportunity to do that. Craighead, for some reason, went down to the bottom, boxed himself in there, and I think this one's going to be an easy win for Wyatt Gray, it looks like, because the outside lane has no momentum, and Basnez tries to go up. Gray blocks, and it's not going to be good enough. Wyatt Gray, the winner here at Talladega.
Wow, catching my breath is Wyatt Gray to victory lane here tonight. Lots to review for race control here on this lap. I think even Sterling Theis, you know, he made that move on Seipel, and we'll have to see if that's going to stand. It looks like it should. I was going back there real quick, and they had the run. Seipel came up, and actually Seipel got loose all on his own trying to make that block. And so not some happy drivers here tonight. Heath Job, more bad luck for Heath Job here on the last lap. Stephen Miles as well. I think somebody wasn't too happy with Miles. And, wow, we'll have to see if there's any EOLs here landed on the last lap.
Yeah, we'll need to get that call from race control, whether it is Matthew Baker or Trevor Osverdoff. I'm not really sure, but here's Wyatt Gray doing his donuts in the tri-oval grass. I believe that is the first victory for Wyatt Gray in the PGR Lite Series, unless I'm mistaken. I believe that's his first one. And if that is so, congrats to him, a new winner. Here, someone that we would probably expect to see up winning these things a lot. As he was a championship contender last season, was Wyatt Gray. Had some tough luck in that race as well. But he gets a little bit of redemption here at Talladega, winning tonight's Truck Series race. We'll keep this on him for now, as he slams it into the wall while he's celebrating. Let's go back. Let's see, and this is my question. Actually, well, okay, Michael Triscaro actually has hopped down there with race control. My question was about to be, for clarification's sake in the Lite Series, in terms of people getting EOL'd, would that constitute just things that happen on the final lap, or would that also constitute things that happen at the 2 lap to go marker? Because we had it kind of all over the place right there. So let's go back, just in case. Let's get some initial looks at what happened on this white flag. Matthew Patton, what a tough break for him. You know, this man was up front in the top 10 battling the entire race just to get wrecked right there towards the end. Let's get an initial view. So let's pause this real quick. Let's make sure we actually focus this onto Patton. And we're going to go slow-mo right here. Patton's just, I mean, they seem fine. And then Miles is going to come up.
No EOLs. No EOLs there on the last lap.
Interesting. So no EOLs is the call from race control. Is see Miles? That's either netcode or it was Miles getting pushed by Job up into the right rear, or maybe Miles just miscalculated. I am not 1,000% sure. And Freddie Basnez, there he is going through Steven Miles, and he finishes second here tonight. But that's such a tough break for Job, Patton, these guys that were up front all race long. You see Patton slam the inside wall. Now let's move this over to Seipel, just for curiosity's sake. So this is him trying to throw a block, a very early block on Sterling Theis. And that's him just losing it, it looks like, off the block. And no, okay, I'll take that back. He started to kind of snap a little sideways, but then Theis is going to kind of left rear him. And that's nothing Theis can do right there because, I don't know, that was just kind of a poorly judged block by the 75 of Seipel. And I mean, Seipel's working that thing. He's trying to save that for all he is worth, but then he's going to slide back down the racetrack. Thinks that everyone's going to avoid him, I believe. Yeah, sure enough. So then we will move up to Sterling Theis, where I believe this last caution happened. Oh, no, crash, I should say, coming to the line. I don't know, that move, I know this. Excuse me. Is that probably just the racer in me? Very perplexed at why Cameron Craighead went down to the bottom right there instead of trying to advance the outside line, but no, that's kind of going to be Craighead and Westmoreland getting into each other up into Theis, and that's going to wad the rest of them up. So, well, there we go. That is that. Let's take this back live. Let's go through these final results before we grab the top 3 finishers for interviews. We can pull those up momentarily. Here we go. Wyatt Gray, tonight's winner here at Talladega Superspeedway, followed by Freddie Basnez, Steven Scott Jr. A podium finish for him. Great run for Steven Scott here tonight. And for Sterling Theis in the 3rd position. And Cameron Craighead, a 5th place finish for Craighead here tonight. Brock Westmoreland will finish 6th. James Wagner 7th. Brian Hennings coming back to finish 8th tonight. Casey Sprinkle 9th. And James Waring rounds out tonight's top 10.
Yeah, 11th place here tonight. Hunter Hastings, David Flanagan in 12th. Jared Haynes in 13th place. Quentin Steinbach 14th. Nash Brambilla in 15th. Joshua McCullough in 16th. Jeffrey Morris in 17th. Heath Joe, more bad luck, in 18th. Mark Person 19th. Rounding out your top 20, that'll be Steven Miles.
21st will be Axel Smith here tonight. Danny Barnes 22nd. Chris Melton 23rd. Michael Barksdale 24th. Nick Seipel all the way back in 25th. Matthew Patton 26th. Adam Young 27th. Austin Green, a poor finish for Austin here in 28th tonight. Mark Vondell 29th. And Chris Walker finishing 30th.
Juan Cobbs Jr. 31st here tonight. Christopher Carter, late EOL, and already action-packed in the Discord tonight. Trying not to chuckle. I already put my response in there, and it's not a laughing matter. At the end of the day, rules are rules. He did change lanes before the start-finish line, and we called that out on the broadcast practically right when he did it. So I don't think anyone's out to get Chris. I think sometimes he thinks they are, but they were just calling the race by the rule book, and that they did. But he finishes in 32nd. Misael Flores in 33rd. Joey Galati 34th. Derek Raleigh 35th. Ron Morris Jr. saw him make a run to the front. Bad luck for him. Finishes in 36th. Jack Long in 37th. Tucker McClendon in 38th. Tanner Cassinger in 39th. Stephen Dunn in 40th. And rounding out your 41 car field here tonight, that'll be Jeremy Osborne.
Yeah, apologies. I was kind of getting a little bit behind on the results right there, reading through what Mike was just talking about. Some wild verbiage going on in the PGR Discord right now. That's fascinating. But anyway, Wyatt Gray's the winner of tonight's race, and we will congratulate him on that momentarily. We will return with interviews from your top 3 finishers here tonight. We will be right back from Talladega. Welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway, where tonight's winner is number 18, Wyatt Gray. We can pull his name up real quick. Goodness gracious, I'm so behind right now. There we are, Wyatt Gray. Let's pull him up right now. Wyatt, Landon, and Mike in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first victory in the PGR Lite Series?
Yeah, it is.
Sure enough, I was right on that front. Thank God. Your first win. How does that feel here in the Lite Series?
It's kind of surreal, you know. It feels like I'm up front every single one of these, and some way I lose a couple spots, I choke or I get wrecked. So I'm glad the last lap wreck finally went in my favor and I could get it done.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, walk us through your race in general. I don't think you were one of the, excuse me, let me rephrase that. You were one of the very few trucks not involved in any crashes tonight. At least it appeared that way. Walk us through your whole race in general.
Yeah, I was able to keep it clean the whole race. I was trying not to be too aggressive, but at one point it got a little hairy in the top lane, but kept it clean and got it to the finish.
Well, there we go. Congratulations to you. Go ahead and give out your thanks and your shout outs.
First, shout out John Ward. He's sponsoring me for the whole season. We got Dega Pros on the hood. He does a lot for the community, so shout out to him. Shout out to Mike and Baker for putting these on, you for broadcasting, and shout out 42paints.com and Factory Setups.
There we go. That is the word from tonight's winner, first-time winner in the PGR Lite Series, Wyatt Gray. Thanks for talking to us.
Yes, sir.
And next up, we will have the second place finisher here tonight, and I'll go ahead and pull him up for you, Mike, if I can find him. There he is. This will be Freddie Bazinez, tonight's second place finisher.
Hey,
Yo.
Freddie, how you doing tonight, bud?
Doing good. How about you guys?
We're doing good as well, but you're doing pretty good there. Runner-up finish podium spot here tonight. Really good points night for you here in the second of 7 races of the regular season. Walk us through that last lap. Wyatt Gray gets the win, but do you have any shot for him there at the end? It looks like he tried to make a move, but little too late. Nothing really generated there coming to the line, but let us know if there's anything you could do there to maybe win this race.
I mean, not really. I mean, as soon as I got clear, I knew I had to go to the top to try to get the win, but just there wasn't enough time really to do anything. But still, glad for Wyatt to get his first win in the Lite Series. Thanks a lot to Sterling Thesis. I don't even know how to say his name, but yeah, he was helping me.
Well, there's some big discussion here. If you still have us, you're cutting in and out just a little bit, but Chris Carter issued an EOL late for changing lanes before the start-finish line. Looked clear as day on our end on the broadcast. Looked clear as day when we looked at it after the race as well. Seems like that's what most everybody thinks, and except for himself. What do you think there? Did you get to see that call there by race control?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't move at all. I mean, you guys are messed up. Like, he was good. Stop playing. Yeah, that was obvious. I don't know what he's on about, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why I did that. I mean, and he's saying, "Oh, Trevor's biased," but literally, even you guys called it out as soon as it happened on the broadcast. So, yeah, don't even listen to him.
It's all good. Well, hey, man, you're one spot away from getting that big win here in season 2. You, I believe, led season number 1 in wins, and I'm sure you'll get that win here very shortly in the series. But before we let you go here tonight, anyone you want to thank and or shout out?
Yeah, thanks to you guys up in the booth. Thanks to Baker for the race control. Thanks to all the service he's doing too out in Bahrain. Thanks to Trevor for getting put in for race control because Baker had to do something. I already said thanks to Sterling. He helped me out a lot. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, there we go. That is the word from tonight's second place finisher, Freddie Bazinez. Congrats again. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And next up, we have Steven Scott Jr. I believe the first time interview for Mr. Scott. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Steven Scott, Landon, and Mike in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, I got one.
There we go. Well, I believe this is your first podium. Well, it's probably your first podium here in the Lite Series tonight. Just a terrific run for you in tonight's race. Walk us through it.
Well, it's my first podium in the whole PGR series since I've been racing in it. It just feels awesome.
Oh, that's
But
terrific. Yeah,
you know,
so-
it was definitely crazy from the start. I tried running in the back most of the time. I'm all over the track because I try to like to scan the whole field to see what's happening. I'll try to stay out of trouble. But so like I was running mid pack during the last restart, and you know I decided to go ahead and just stick with the high line. Luckily, it worked out for me, and I come out of turn two. My thought was just to push who's in front of me. I wasn't going to try to make no bogus moves or anything like that to try to take anybody out or try to even go for the win. I knew I was in the money, so I just wanted to stick to my spot, and whatever happens from there happens. But other than that, it was a pretty fun race. Glad I got the top three finally.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, that's really what this light series is intended for. You know, it's supposed to be for these guys that, you know, maybe they don't get the look as often in the Thursday races, but here you are here tonight, proving it. Not to. I'm not trying to. You know what I'm trying to say. Like you're not. I'm not trying to call you anything. Not by any means, but you know, it's just you're not a regular as far as
No.
I know, and then you come in here and you get a podium here tonight in the light series. It must feel terrific. And what are your plans for the rest of this season?
Well, like I normally run Thursday races when I can, but you know, I seen this pop up earlier, so it was only week 2, so I was like, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. So hopefully, I can keep going on with every Monday, especially since you know it's already week 2, but I got a good start, of the season already. So hopefully, I can just keep going on, moving forward with it.
Yeah, there we go. That is definitely what we would like to see for Mr. Scott tonight's third place finisher. Go ahead and give out your thanks and your shout outs.
I want to thank the whole PGR group and all for putting this on. It's awesome every week. I know we have our ups and downs with everybody else, but like other than that, it's pretty awesome group to race with.
Yeah, sure enough. Third place finisher tonight, Steven Scott Jr. We will look forward to watching him hopefully run next Monday night here on PGR eSports. Thanks for talking to us.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Well, there we go. That is the end of our top 3 interviews here tonight, and we have a request actually. As Michael Triscaro hops back up into the booth, Trevin Ozernoth wants to get a quick word with us. I assume regarding the debacle of what we just saw on that restart. No, hey, look, I muted the soundboard before when he messaged me saying pull me up. I muted the soundboard. So we're good. I'm assuming that's what that was. Anyway, Trevin Ozernoth has joined us in the booth. He requested to be pulled up, and well, I guess I don't have much to ask you, so take it away.
Are we live? We still live, baby?
Yes, we're live.
Oh man, yeah. I just wanted to say I had a great time officiating for the last 2 cautions that I had to officiate. Great racing today. Couple cautions, but race was all good. Did not expect this. I thought we weren't live, but that's fine because we're still live, baby. It's PGR Lite Monday night. I just wanted to thank you guys for the opportunity that I had, and it's sure to be some controversy here after this race. But aside from that, good job, boys. Appreciate y'all.
Okay, so as much as I appreciate the kind words, something's telling me that's not exactly what you wanted to be talking about up here in the booth. So you know what? Like you said, it's late night, Monday night. Just go ahead and what's on your mind, Trev?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I kind of goofed a caution there towards the end. They kind of straightened it back out after I thought they wrecked. I panicked. I didn't have any buttons mapped because I had to impromptu. Some situations came up where I had to take the reins of the saddle for a couple laps. And I threw a caution probably when I shouldn't have. But nevertheless, it happened. And we goof, and that happens every so often. And I think it just stacked the field up to have a catastrophe at the end, but a clean, good finish at the end. So, I mean, we're going to wreck. It's going to happen. People are going to hate each other, and people are going to talk mad stuff to each other. And I'm probably gonna get a couple. I'm probably gonna get yelled at for a EOL that I put on Christopher Carter, and I apologize, Christopher Carter, but you did cross over the line before the start-finish line, and rules are rules. Unbiased Trev here all the time. I will do it against anybody, and that's anybody. So
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I can't get enough of this chat.
No, I just saw
It's cracking me up.
Evan Carlbon, someone that we normally see here in the Light Series, unfortunately, he's been feeling pretty under the weather the past few days. Not able to race tonight, but here he is egging it on.
I think we have to start this post race. I think we need to end these broadcasts like quicker, and we need to go in a new broadcast. I already have that thing lined up. Get on here, stream this Discord stuff, and have a 3-man booth up here, us three, and we need to go through some of this after race drama live on the PGR eSports network. I think we're gonna get more views, more interactions for that than we'll have the actual races.
That's a thrilling idea, Mike. I'm sure that would go swimmingly.
Baker's typing. Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna go get some popcorn.
I mean,
I think
hey,
I'm done here for this broadcast
in
myself.
theory, the way that I broadcast races is literally just a motion capture of my screen, so I can just pull Discord over right now and everyone see that. But I think we should probably save that for a later time.
Yeah, how about we just instead of seeing it, how about you guys join the PGR Discord and check out the Lite Series chat? Let's just do that instead. Yeah,
exactly.
Just go ahead.
We have the links all in the description to come join the PGR eSports Discord and every other money race that we broadcast, whatever respective series that might be. So yeah, come on over. For the 16 viewers still out here, the viewership's actually going up right now.
All right, you know what? We're gonna stay here impromptu. I mean, here's the best comment: Matthew Baker, all the way in Bahrain right now, serving the country overseas. Well, he had to go shit his pants just about. So I'm not sure if a bomb went off or he just, probably ate something bad. But he had to go shit his pants. So he had to leave the computer, stop RCing. He's going to pull Trev up into the booth. Now we know how that transpired. But he would have called the EOL as well. So there's Matthew Baker, lead race control here at PGR eSports.
Yeah, I got I normally spot for my boys over at the Jack Shack, and I got a call over the intercoms that Baker needed to go and drop some bombs. We don't know if that toilet is good or not.
Intended.
It might be a little cracked after what he was talking about. So pipe bombs all the way from would you say Bahrain? That's where he's at, protecting and serving the country. So we'll see how it goes as we partake in, I guess, an impromptu late night session in the Discord.
I think somebody's actually better do an add everyone and tell them we are still live, because I think if we do that, we're going to have a lot more viewers to this. And I think we should roll with this and test it out for the future, because we need to grow the channel here. And I think some more authenticity, some more raw, uncut stuff is what's going to separate our channel. And, why not? It's super speedway races every night, and that's all these viewers get to see. It's about time they see, the real life people here bitching, moaning, groaning after these races. I think it'd be a sight to see.
Well, as we're talking about this, I'm currently I guess extended post-race coverage here for the PGR Lite Series live on PGR eSports. But I'm replaying this right now of Christopher Carter changing lanes, and I mean, I'm sorry, I really don't know what else to say about that. It's pretty evident, but some people disagree, including some people involved. But it's a shame, that this kind of well, I guess that doesn't really matter that Baker had to take care of an issue, and Trev stepped in because apparently Baker had to do the same thing. So.
So let's just go ahead and sort it out here. So Christopher Carter, first off, ran an amazing race tonight. He's up front all day, making moves left and right, led the race for a little bit, even up into the end. And we all make the mistake. We changed lanes before start-finish line. He got an EOL. And technically, I never gave him the EOL. He left. So, I want to kind of put it on him as race control for impromptu of maybe 4 laps. And I'm just going to put it on him for making that mistake, because we all make mistakes and shit happens. So, Chris, if you're upset, I encourage you, come into the booth, brother. Come talk to us if you're here.
Well, okay, so we actually did do that.
We tried that, and it didn't work so great. But, I think if we call people in too, if they could show replays, we could discuss stuff. Landon could share the screens. I mean, this would be great. I just did the add everyone. Wyatt Gray, drag Chris Carter, no balls. Wow, no balls is what Wyatt Gray is going to say. So, wow, epic comment there from Gray, race winner here tonight. And both of them are in Columbus. So, do we need a clash of the older man and the younger boy? I don't know who's going to win that fight, but I'll tell you right now, Wyatt Gray, Chris Carter, a collision course down in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh, and we got them stacking up right now in the waiting room to join this discussion.
7
boys.
people just
we're gonna have to bring in some of these guys and get their take on this.
7 people all at once just joined the waiting room. That is crazy. And we got a. I don't know.
I can't even hear Landon.
You can't hear me now. Interesting. I hope the
Brandon,
broadcast
I
hear
do
me.
not hear you. It looks like you're talking, but I'm getting nothing through my headset.
That is excellent. Let's see.
Nope,
anyone in
still
the
nothing, bud.
broadcast Still hear me? Talking to the broadcast? Anybody? You know what? Let's just try something real quick. Oh, give me 1 sec. Hello? Still nothing. Interesting.
Hey, I just made a phone call to the
Trev,
good
either?
old Chris Walker, and he said he'll be on the way here
That must be
shortly.
me, boys. I'm not hearing anything right now. I'll try to get that fixed here.
Trev.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. So me and something's going on with Mike right now. He'll be back momentarily. I don't know. Something's going on with his audio. He can't hear us at the moment, but he's back. Maybe he can hear us now. Evidently not. Austin Green's joined the booth.
Oh, lead broadcaster, microphone boy. What's going on?
What's up?
Are you aware that we were still live?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I don't know what's going on with Mike right now, but hey, who better to have up here than the guy we normally hear on Thursday nights, Austin Green, to get some. Oh my good. I'm sorry, I just read the most recent comment in the chat. That's I'll leave that one for someone else to read.
I'll read it. As per a former or a still racer of the Light Series, my teammate Evan Carbon said Stevie Wonder has better eyesight than Chris Carter. And let the rains begin.
Yep, here we go. And well, I guess we'll start pulling other people in shortly, and hopefully Mike sorts out his thing. But Austin, I guess just go ahead and walk us through your race before we start bringing in all these people. Get their takes on things.
Well, I hopped up here because I thought I heard in the chat Trevor saying something about we were bringing people in here to talk trash. So I figured I would check it out. But yeah, there's definitely a few guys that probably deserve to talk trash to each other after the way that race went.
Yeah, let's. No, go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say it was just you definitely tell. I mean, I don't know I know you guys can't have the luxury of race chats on, but for a series that's supposed to be drivers learning, there is a lot of egos that are very fragile in that series, and they get damaged pretty quickly.
Well, there we go. That is. I mean, okay. I'm keeping my mouth closed right now. I'll say, you know what? There's a lot of people that could probably agree with what Mr. Green just said. We'll leave it at that. So, all right, boys, who should we start with? We got a few choices right here. Chase Mastretta's in the chat. He wants to be brought up here, and I don't think anything that could be worse than that. But we'll probably bring him up at some point. We got Asher Little, Casey Sprinkle, a few others. Freddie Baznaz, we already talked to him, and Wyatt.
I was gonna say bring up Josh McCullough, but he's muted because
Yeah,
he
Josh
had
ain't
a
gonna
race
talk
tonight.
anyway.
We need Josh and who was it that he was beefing with today? Patton or
Matt
Flanagan?
Mm-hmm.
Patton
He was
is
beefing with a
still
lot
in
of
here.
people.
Hold on, let's see if we can-
had it for a while.
Matt Patton is still in here. I'm going to see if we can drag him up real quick. Hey, Matt Patton is landing in the booth. Do you have a copy? I was afraid of that. Okay, I guess we don't have Matt Patton up here right now. Let's go ahead and put him back down here. Josh ain't going to... Well, we can try Josh. Josh, you're in the booth. Do you have a copy? He does not have a copy either. Okay. So
I'm back.
Mike's back.
Hey, Mike, you can hear us?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear, boys.
Oh yeah, baby.
Look.
Are we still live?
yes,
Because that's
we're
all I
s-
want to know.
Yes, we're still live. The most recent comment is the wildest thing I've ever seen in the PGR Discord.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Hey, how about we bring up I think Mark Pearson's was his name?
Bonnie Blue, man, that chick.
Oh, wow. Wow. She is a for sure 10 out of 12.
Travis, came
God.
through right there.
I don't think we can read that one on air, but anyone that wants to read it, go join the Discord. Links in the description.
Well, what better guy to bring in here than Chase Mastretta?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Bring him up.
Here he is. Chase Mastretta has been welcomed into the booth.
Y'all are brave.
There he is. Chase Mastretta, someone that I would hope we'd see him out here in the Monday races. We ain't seen him since last season. He took himself a little break, but I guess he's back. He wants to talk.
I was supposed to be there tonight, but my landlord decided he didn't want to pay the damn Wi-Fi bill.
Okay.
Look, here's the deal. Matt Pat is fat as hell. Have a good night.
Oh, there we go. That's the word for Chase Mastretta. That's about what I expected to come out of his.
Wise words from Chase Mastretta.
Well, we might as well bring Matt Patton in here. Matt Patton
tried.
just. Oh, you did? Well, he's in here now.
Yeah, but I brought him up. He wasn't talking.
Yeah, well, Matt Patton, you got a copy this time? Because we're curious to see, who wrecked you here at the end of the race and what you're going to do to him next week.
Mark Von Dell's requesting Mark Person to be brought up in the chat.
That's what I've been saying. They had a little they had a little altercation on track.
Yeah, easy, Trev. All right, let's see if we can get him up here. Mark Person, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Mark Person does have a copy. So we are still live on PGR eSports right now. I guess Mark Von Dell. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. Let's see. Is Mark in here? Mark's in the chat, but I don't see him in here. That would be awesome.
Von Dell, if you're hearing this, come into PGR Discord. We're gonna have a little powwow.
I guess, yeah. Well, anyway, Mark Person, you've been asked to bring into the booth, so go ahead and talk about what happened between you and Vondi.
Well, so we have 10 to go, and I'm just tacking on the back of the race like I had done all race, not trying to get near anybody. And we're driving, and so me and Mark are on the back of the pack. Caution flies. I don't know where it's at, so I'm just checking up, trying to get below the yellow, and he's still at full speed under yellow and just hit me right into the rear, drove me into the inside wall. The caution was behind us, so we couldn't even see it. I don't know if he knew if we were already under caution or not at that point, but I was already checking up because we were already under yellow. It's an unfortunate ending to my race. I had a 0x, wasn't near anybody all race, but it is what it is.
Well, we're checking out that replay again, and that was a very odd moment because there's like one crash and that initiated the caution. Then we had two more after that, and that was between you and Vondi.
Yeah, so the caution is from the 5 trucks behind us, so it's flying in the air, but there's no wreck in front of us. Well, I don't know what's going on in front of us, so I just immediately check up and go below the yellow, and then Mark just blasted me from behind. And we were already under yellow, and we were already on the very back of the pack. I guess we really wanted the 32nd place in that moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Oh, Mark Von Dell has arrived into the waiting room, so we're gonna go ahead and pull him up, and I guess you two can sort it out real quick. There we are. Mark Von Dell, do you have a copy? Oh, come on.
Do you hear us?
I can barely hear you guys.
There he is. All right, so we have Mark Person up here in the booth with you, and keep in mind we are still live. Go ahead and sort y'all's beef real quick.
Well, I know what he thinks.
Well, what do you think? What's your view on this situation?
I was not expecting you to come down.
Were you aware we were already under caution at that point?
I was
Still there, Vondi?
Yeah.
There we go. You cut out for a second right there.
Yeah. I think that I saw the caution.
Didn't think to break it off.
All right, this isn't a fair fight right now because Vondi's mic isn't working. I'm not sure. It sounds like he's on his phone or something. That might be what is the case right here. But anyway, so yeah, that's
You
go
got
ahead.
me now?
Yeah, okay, we got you now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was aware there was a caution that came out, but I was so far behind the pack that wrecked that I was just trying to catch up to the pace car.
Actually, the
and
wreck
he was above me.
Actually, the wreck was behind us. That's why it flew.
You're listening in to live conversation here. Mark Von Dell, Mark Person, getting into it on the racetrack here tonight, the PGR Lite Series. Still have 29-30 viewers here. Mark Von Dell is still going in here on Mark Person.
Well, regardless of what it was, I thought there was a caution. There was nobody in front of me, and the next thing I know, You came down in front of me, and I hit the brakes, but it was too late, and I tapped you.
Well, yeah, because I'm checking up. We're already under caution. There's no reason for me to blitz
But-
up
but-
forward.
But why do you turn down? Baker
I
even
wa-
called it. Baker even looked at it. I asked for him to look at it and give me an EOL if I needed it.
I wasn't sure where the caution came from. I didn't know it was behind us. I thought it was in front of us. I'm trying to get below the yellow, check up safely, so I don't hit or come near anybody on the track at all.
Yeah, but that doesn't work that way.
No,
You-
not
we-
when someone's
you're-
accelerating through you under caution. That doesn't work. Check up to avoid the wreck.
It's not like I ran into the back of you or up in the top lane where you were.
Landon, are you bringing up a replay of that just so we can show our viewers here when?
I did earlier. I'll bring it back up again real quick. Give me 1 sec.
Yes,
The
they're
thing- the
talking
thing-
about this.
The
Yeah,
thing
no,
is
so
with me,
I do come down in front of you, but I'm wondering why you're still at full throttle when we're under caution already.
because there was nobody in front of me. There was nobody in front of me. I always slow down for cautions. You see how many ARCA
Except
braking
that one?
calls you see how many ARCA brake calls I've ever had on me.
You always slow down for cautions. Why didn't you slow down for that one?
Because there was nobody in front of me. There was no threat me hitting anybody until you pulled down in front of me.
Well, we're looking at it now.
Well, I'll apologize to you if it was me, but that's the way I saw it. That's
A new reporter joined the room here to talk about this one.
the way I reacted to it.
Let's back this up again. I don't know. That's one of those weird kind of things to me because it's like I don't know.
So at this right around now, we're under caution. No, yes, we're already under caution. Bam. But you can see all the cars in front of me slowing down. Everyone in front of me knows we're under caution. Nobody's accelerating there but you, Mark.
Yeah, because there was nobody in front of me. You get that? If you're in a pack of 3 and everybody slows down in front of you, what do?
We're already under caution. Where are you going at your full throttle in here?
I'm going
You're not gaining a spot. We're already under yellow.
I'm not trying to gain a spot. I'm trying to get to the pits. I'm keeping my position. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I mean, if you and I are riding side by side and the caution comes out
right.
and I keep
Here.
going,
We're
What's
already
that?
under yellow well before you smoke me.
Wyatt
Doesn't
Gray in
matter.
the chat saying no need to come down.
yeah, absolutely. That's my point. I mean, I had nobody in front of me. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean,
And you pulled in front of me. It isn't any different than a racing incident, where you're running down and you come down on me and go across my nose. That's your fault, not mine. Regardless of if it's
regardless,
a caution
a
or
mark
not.
wrecked a mark here tonight.
That is
Mark on Mark Ryan.
I'm trying to find someone
This is
that was
fun.
involved behind and see if there's another view from when the caution actually came out. Because this was between Joshua McCullough, Joey Galati, Casey Sprinkle. I'm trying to see if we could maybe pull something up like that. I'm not sure if we will. Okay, who's that up there? Steinbach, maybe?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm sure it won't happen again. It's such a farce there that, I could have been the one. I could have been the one calling for an EOL on you because you cut me off, regardless of the speed, because there was nobody around me.
Not sure what's going on now.
But anyway, I got no hard feelings, Mark.
no, I
problem.
don't either. I don't even get an opportunity to race many of these. So when I do, I don't want to get any incidents at all. I don't want to be near anybody in this race. I had a 0x until that point. I was planning on finishing with a 0x, so I certainly am not starting
Well,
to
you-
trying to beef with anybody. I won't even run them again. So I'm certainly not
You-
going to be in anyone's way.
No, you and you and I are the same because I always get wrecked out, and they can attest to that. But that's not it anyway, and I'm
No,
not.
If it's my fault, I apologize for coming down. I was
No.
trying to slow down under caution.
Well, I'm not arguing with you, but I'm just telling you the way it happened for me, what I saw, and I
Well,
apologize too.
Yeah. Mark Vondell, Mark Person, good to talk to you both here tonight. I'm glad we're getting somewhere with this one. We hope to see you guys back here racing the PGR Lite Series. Hopefully, you guys can get a better run next week. We don't want you guys to leave for sure. I still think there's some good racing ahead for you both, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Hopefully, next time talking to you, though, up there in the top 3 podium positions. Good luck the rest of the way, guys.
Thank you, Michael.
That was Mark Vondell, Mark Person here tonight, and we will, I believe Casey Sprinkle in the chat, trying to get something to look at lap 41 coming into the pits while he was in 3rd place.
I'm gonna cut in here again, guys. You know, I don't know. Those two were talking a lot about a ARCA braking incident. It seemed to be another theme here tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. I don't think I've ever been hit so hard in the back. I thought you would think we were still going at full speed when I got hit, and yeah, I don't know, dude. But
We'll have to pull that replay up, Lane. I'd love to see it.
I was trying to think of some of the other beefs they had in the race tonight, but that was one of the main ones. Josh, Casey and Freddie. When Freddie ARCA braked Casey into the pits.
Yep, that's what we.
That one was brutal, dude. Oh my gosh.
You love to see it, boys.
Oh well, yeah. Sorry.
Casey Sprinkle here in the chat. Now we're taking a peek at that replay. Casey Sprinkle, Freddie Bazinet here.
Casey Sprinkles, would you like to tell us what was going through your head here?
I had a pretty good shot at winning, and then I looked at my mirror, got rear-ended, and got Freddie just made me speed. So.
Oh my goodness. So that's what
Freddie
happened.
Bazinet's, yeah, Freddie Bazinet's here in the chat. Can you reply to that one right there? Casey Sprinkle, right there, says he got in the back of him here on pit lane. We're watching it now. Caused him to speed here down pit lane.
Yeah. So I was not looking at the hood. I mean, I was trying to watch March Madness. I'm gonna be honest. Got to see the Gators. I had to see the Gators hopefully lose, which they sadly didn't, but it's okay. So, you know, a little bit on purpose too. I mean, he's a competition. We need to get him out of here. So.
Wow!
Whoa!
Corruption in the racing league. He did
I'm
it on
joking.
purpose to take out the competition.
I'm joking. But yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. Next time, I think I'm gonna go do that. So, next time, I mean, if it happens again, just know it's not an accident.
Wow.
Well, you are going to be in that position again, so.
Ooh.
Next time I'll just,
Oh. Okay.
I'll just stay out of your way.
I mean, you'll be a lot farther back. You'll be probably like 10 spots back from me. So, I mean, maybe once I get wrecked by somebody, you'll see me.
Well, you wreck yourself.
Oh no, it happened for sure.
Stop clapping.
Well, these two going at it here. Sparks flying here on a Monday night in the PGR Lite Series Season 2, race number 2. And we had many yellows here tonight after week 1. Pretty calm, only 3 yellows a week ago. But tonight, these drivers getting into it on the track, off the track, everywhere in between, pit lane, ARCA braking. Wow, what a race here tonight.
It looks like it was a wild night in the Powerpuff League.
I think he was just mad how true that back bumper was.
Austin.
Okay, Chase.
No, go ahead.
Chase, go speak.
What?
Speak, Chase. We need to hear some stuff.
Don't egg him on.
I just want to know who's better out of the two. Is it Casey Sprinkles or Freddie Bazinet? Who's
Freddie Bazinet.
Ooh, even Casey
he
Sprinkle
said
there
it.
giving it up to Freddie Bazinet, the leader here in the PGR eSports
Look,
Lite Series
see,
and wins.
I'm gonna need
What's
you
your
to
limit?
have a little bit of a backbone here. I need you to stand on your toes, 10 toes down here. You're a better driver than him.
Because to me, it looks like he just ran you over on pit road. You gonna let him
I
do
know.
that to you?
Well, I don't know. I'd say I was better than him in this race, but in intermediate.
I need you to
we would-
stop
we would
stuttering,
definitely be
son.
faster. Sorry, Chase.
Well, you heard it there. Freddie Bazinet's here tonight. Casey Sprinkle getting into it there in pit lane, into it in the chat. And spend a few more minutes with everyone here live on the PGR eSports Network. This is PGR After Dark with Ashwanath, Triscaro, Mistretta, Green, and Veliky.
Yeah, Austin. What? I'm trying to find your ARCA braking incident. What lap was it?
Man, I don't remember what lap it was. Let's see, it was
So while we pull that up, Ethan Eckert said he wants to come up in here.
Oh boy.
It's up to y'all.
No,
I'm just
no,
telling you.
no,
I'm
no.
just being the voice of the
warning.
voiceless here.
Headphones warning.
Well, we're going to bring Ethan Eckert up here in the
Oh,
booth,
my
and I'm
God.
sure he will be muted or timed out very quickly, but we'll see how long it takes for Landon Veliky to hit that button right there.
Today
While
we are entertaining the brainless.
Ethan Eckert, I think you're still here. You got a copy.
I am still here. I haven't hit the mute button yet.
Well,
Not
you know
yet.
what? When you're suspended by iRacing, when do we expect Ethan Eckert to be back out on the track?
Should be not this Thursday, but next.
And there it is, just like that. He is timed out from the server. You will not be able to hear the rest of his interview here tonight. That is Ethan Eckert, and he is not out of here. As that Chicago boy going to be going home here tonight, unhappy.
Fabulous, Ethan Eckert.
Look, folks, that kid is really good. He just needs to stop talking.
Talking, driving.
Still looking here for the ARCA break on the 87 of Austin
I have
Green
no
here
clue
tonight.
where this is.
Keep oh man, it was over in turn.
Like
I want to say it was somewhere in the first half of the race.
Well, I will say I did watch Austin Green run over one of my teammates on the very last wreck there and took him out of the money. Not the money, but just out of the race.
Which
But we
wreck?
did see
The,
that the very last corner, like before they all destroyed each
what was
other.
this? Like turn one? Was it Haynes?
I think it was going into turn one.
Was it Haynes?
What happened with
It might have been.
Evan?
Man,
It was
31
Haynes,
watching now. We have more
Haynes,
viewers right now than we had about 20, 30 minutes ago. So uptick in viewers here on the PGR eSports Network after dark here.
I'm still trying to find Austin's incident first. We're getting ahead of
It's
ourselves.
I was at the back of the pack during it. I remember that.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it was somewhere. Should be somewhere
speeding
coming up.
through everything now. I gave up on trying to use the actual broadcast. By the way, y'all are gonna have to deal with the
This-
UI.
this-
Austin Green. Holy
This was
shit.
this was probably the worst. Oh, I think you just missed. Oh wait, was it?
No, that wasn't it. It was pretty quick after a.
That was I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even see him in my mirror. He flashed so quickly. There's no one there, and then next thing I know, the back tires were there.
Ooh, Stephen Miles
There it
getting
is.
into it with Matt Patton in the chat here tonight.
Steven was the peacemaker tonight.
Yeah, Miles responds, I don't care. I'm in round two. You definitely not making it to Matt Patton. And, well, Miles is right about one thing. He is in round two, but Matt Patton, plenty more
There it
chances
is.
here
Found
on the
it, Landon.
season to make it in.
Yeah, this was the
Trouble. It looks like somebody had a lead foot tonight.
that's what you call a
Oh wait, we just got the man of the hour here in the booth, Christopher E. Carter. Welcome.
I
You hear us?
doubt he's here.
He does not hear
Well,
us.
Chris Carter, you got a copy here tonight. You can walk us through that EOL call on you tonight. Let us know if you think that was the wrong call made.
Well, all right.
Fantastic. All right, so I got another interview here. I just texted Evan Carlbon. He is actually in the hospital right now, and he would like to do a hospital interview.
Oh my goodness gracious. There
Evan
he is.
Carlbon here in the booth tonight. You got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Oh, he's so quiet.
Sir, why
I'm
are you
turning
in
him
the
up.
hospital?
Yeah. First question: what was going on?
So basically, my lymph nodes in my stomach are pretty swollen and they're enlarged, basically. And
So you're on your period.
no, it's not that. And also, part of my colon is very swollen as well, so I'm on a bunch of antibiotics and shit to subside the swelling and all that kind of stuff.
Well, swollen colons are the theme of tonight, so that's a plus.
Sir,
Evan, you should have.
34
if I
watchers now.
won't say that, I will be good.
Evan, you should have raced from your hospital bed.
It's true.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
A swollen colon.
Better
we
rate
don't
than
know
I
what
got.
that's from.
Yeah, but if I had raced from the hospital, then I would be in the kerfuffle of Chris Carter, which I like making fun of him when I'm not racing against him. So
Well, why do you not like doing it when you are racing against him?
because it's just like it's like a whole other hassle, bro. Like I said, Stevie Wonder has better eyesight than Chris Carter.
I got a
Please
topic
go
here
on.
for you guys. I
We
wanna
have it
hear-
confirmed here. Stevie Wonder has better eyes than Chris Carter, folks.
This has been established.
I got a question. I want to hear opinions on.
Okay.
So I feel like, first of all, do you guys think there's certain people in the series that like we would all kind of define as kind of on the line, like, you know, little guys, light series or not, whatever you want to call it?
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Like the line
There
between
is a handful of drivers that should
Like
not
skill-wise,
be in this
skill level.
series.
Okay, so like people that shouldn't be here versus people that should.
Right. So
Okay.
that's not the question. The question is, what are your thoughts on those guys being some of the ones so far this season that have done some of the stupidest stuff?
Examples?
Well,
don't make me call people out specifically.
I would like to say there is one person I think in particular that should not be in this series at all. That is probably way better than anybody else in this series.
Well, and presumably you're talking about Stephen Miles.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, well, him and Basnez, as we mentioned on the broadcast, that they will not be returning next season, no matter how this season goes, because of how good they are. Austin, that's a very difficult question to answer because you're not providing examples.
So, bro, I don't want to call people out. I gotta go and broadcast these people.
I know, but
I'll call them out. All right, so let's
Look,
just
I'll
go ahead
do
and
it
start
for
from
you.
the
That's
top.
why you brought Big Mouth in tonight.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll start it. Wyatt Gray, Freddie Bazinez. Let's just go ahead and just read down the list here. We just talked about Steven. A couple other people too. But here is what my situation is. How do you expect these guys to get better if they don't have the competition to do it? Is this going to be a beat around the bush series? You need some of these guys in here to establish competition to know who you need to beat.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree with the competition. I'm thinking more so watching some of the guys, like even that's probably not the best example. There's a couple, but I'm talking more so. One of you have to have an analogy. It'd be like, I don't know, if you had a. Oh, that's probably a horrible analogy.
Let me just say this: if my internet would not have been out tonight, I would have been working with them, and we know what that would have done. When you have,
you know what that probably would have done? Yeah, Chase would have probably been dead last, like he was all last season in season number 1.
No, I led every fucking lap until I died.
Listen, you had probably the worst point showing of all the guys last year that ran as many races as you. So, and I'm not sure if the talent translates over here to the PGR Lite Series.
I ran in fucking first place in every one of them.
Well, there was only one champion, the champion being myself last season. So,
well,
didn't see you much up to the
you're
front.
still fat.
Hell yeah.
Chase, did you win a race last season?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
No.
that's all you had going for you.
No, he
No,
didn't.
he didn't. Oh, how the tides have tabled.
Chase, you did not win a. As much as I would
That's
love
how
to say
I made
you
the
did,
playoffs. I thought
you didn't. You weren't in the playoffs.
I what? Which one? Hey, there was too many goddamn series. I might be thinking about RMR.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're.
Yeah. We
Make
got
a new
too many
series, the
fucking
PGR Light
series.
Little Dog series.
Yeah.
That's
You-
besides
no,
the
Chase-
case.
Chase
didn't
did
win
win
that either.
RMR. He did win an RMR race
Oh, okay. He got an RMR
and
race.
was in playoffs. But hey, let's not forget who was actually in the Final Four for that.
The fattest of them all.
Well, if we're gonna go tooting our own horns here, who's got 3 PGR wins and
Hey,
nobody
I
else
have
does?
I have 2. Okay, that's fine.
And can we go find that on the broadcast?
No, we can't because of Austin Green twice. Austin Green sold me so hard. There is proof. Anyone that wants proof of me winning 2 PGR races, I'll send my Twitch streams to you.
Some people just can't handle bright lights.
Ain't that the truth?
I could have won 3 if I wasn't.
Why do you
dedicated
think
to
I
the
switched
team
from
game.
racing to broadcasting?
Well, I guess I'm following in your footsteps. I'm racing less and less, and I'm broadcasting more and more.
And broadcasting is the only thing that we can't get wrecked in most of the time.
Yeah, that's not true.
Y'all ready to race in Bristol next week?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
on, let's time
Bristol,
out. Is there
Thursday
any
night.
more beefs that need to be settled? I'm looking at like
they
20
will
people.
be settled at fucking Bristol.
No, hold on.
boys.
Logan,
Yeah,
Yes,
the
they
virtual
will. It's
gloves.
Bristol, baby. Thursday night special race of
Look,
quarter
let
2.
me see Nick Sipple Coming into turn 1, I am going to ship him.
Oh yeah, Nick Sipple has had a target on his back.
Dude, the tempers
for the
at
past week.
Bristol.
Oh, we have Logan York, special guest here. Logan
Logan's
York in the
back
booth. You got a
for it.
copy.
Oh no. What's up?
Well, what's up with you? It's been a while. We haven't seen you around as much lately. It looks like Logan York a little busy.
Yeah, I'm trading Roblox items right now.
Logan, Logan,
Yeah.
we have to know, will you be there for Bristol this week?
And for what do you mean? In real life?
For PGR.
I don't know, maybe. I didn't even know that was happening.
Yes, it is Bristol. Any beefs you have, we need you to come take them out at Bristol.
Wait, what car is it in?
It'll be in the ARCA car. Kyler went actually working on a slight different setup for that car to make it tighter for all the drivers on Thursday night.
Okay.
I was gonna say, is it gonna be toned
He's
to
gonna
210?
fuck us.
He's gonna share the wrong setup with everyone except for himself.
I want to know, does 210 give more of an advantage at a track like Bristol, Logan?
No.
No.
I don't know. I don't use 210.
Not at all. Not at all.
So I'll go to the messages with Kyler Wynn here. We'll see exactly what he's trying to do to the car.
He's trying to fuck everybody.
Logan, quick question: are you able to feel the car now?
Okay. Yes, I can feel the car.
Thank you. Because Logan was notoriously known for not being able to feel the car.
Well,
take it for whatever it's
speaking
worth.
of, there was some beef going on between Trev and Logan.
Oh yeah. So how was it blowing up last week?
Man, that's like the first time I've ever blown up. So it was. I felt honored. I wanted to be like Dylan Jones. You know, he's a really good driver. He blows up every week. So I decided I want to try it out.
We knew Dylan Jones' name was coming soon.
Yeah, if we had Dylan in here, that was going to be a beef, regardless of these two races tonight or not.
Look,
what do you have against Dylan Jones? What's your
I
gripe?
need Logan York to come back and race more.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So officially, Dylan Jones is the first driver to ever wreck me in money racing. Like when I first joined, my first ever PGR race, I was like about to like cash, and then Dylan Jones wrecked me. 11 years on the service, but it's all good. It's all good.
Well,
what would you say that's contributed to?
I don't contribute anything. Yeah. Yep. First experience getting wrecked. Yep.
You heard it here, folks. Dylan Jones wrecks Logan York in his first money race ever. What a fucking asshole.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Are you actually live?
Yes, we're live.
I was just as surprised as you were, Logan.
Yeah, Triscaro. This is Triscaro's fault.
Oh, listen, I think you, Trev, wanted to do this thing too. Can't just play this guy.
I'm currently leaving the VC to play Gartic Phone with those other people. Goodbye.
Okay, bye, Logan.
I expect my payment in the mail.
What a child. What is
All right. Well, we're going to be getting signed off here very shortly. Before we go, just going to discuss Bristol a little bit on Thursday night. Still working on some of the format. Flyers should be out sometime tomorrow. We're going to even out the playing field for the drivers. Have a couple different, splits within the race. Talking to Kyler Wynn, he wants to kind of make the setup slightly looser. Was looking at possibility of a 7.5% power handicap. So he must be working on something, trying to make it so, more guys have a shot at Bristol on Thursday night. That setup remains to be seen. We'll test it out a little bit tomorrow if we can, but going to work on that stuff tomorrow, get that out there, and it should be a good night. First time ever PGR going to Bristol. And, man, yeah, we're going to have some paybacks here on Thursday night, that's for sure.
Big time.
Well, I mean, we know for a fact, like, I don't know, anyone that viewed, I believe it was our friends at Ninth Gear Broadcasting that carried last Wednesday's race. Wasn't that it, Trev, when we were all in
last Wednesday,
KSR?
last Thursday, yep.
Speaking of KSR, let's not bring that up again. But, yeah,
KSR.
no, that was, yeah, ignore that.
But
no, that was Nick Seipel. He carried out some. It's very hard for me to try and maintain a broadcaster's professionalism. Sometimes
It's a good thing we're after dark, so you don't have
that's
to.
true. Well, Nick Seipel, he kind of, from at least what I saw, he got a little upset that David Flanagan and Chase Mastretta were faster than him, and he decided to wreck David Flanagan and Chase Mastretta because of that. So, yeah.
Hey, I just want to put the word out here. Everybody hates David, but I guarantee you, David will bust your ass on any track. And I'm putting the hit out for anybody against David Flanagan because he only has like 2 weeks left until he goes off to wherever he's got to go for the Army. But Nick Sipple, I don't even know how to pronounce it. You got a target on your back, brother, because there's a couple people that's coming for you on track. Just so you know.
So what's what's going to be the line at Bristol? I mean, are we talking like Austin Dillon versus Joey Logano on the last lap of Richmond cleaning people out, or is it like bump and runs? I mean, what's the limit here? Wall riding, is that allowed?
So when we first ran it, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whenever PGR took a break for a week, James Wagner, of course, a good friend of PGR, put up a Bristol race. The first race was ARCA. Second race was mini stocks. And then the third race, I think it was Vegas, or if that was through PGR, I can't remember. I'm a little intoxicated. But anyway, when we ran the ARCA car the first time, Dylan Payson was the class of the field. Dylan and Kyler were the only two that were able to make it as per the iRacing gap, or the iRating gap. Dylan ran the bottom majority of the entire race. And we all know Dylan's pretty good at this stuff. And eventually, a lot of guys found that the transfer to the high line was good. But here's the kicker. It's hard to pass. So you have to set them up. And John Ward last week was really good at doing that, as setting up passes out of the corner and pretty much slide jobbing his way to pretty much, I think he got a second place out of it. So I was right behind him. Tried to take him out. Didn't work out too well. But he ended up getting it. So we're pretty much going to be running the bottom the entire time. Unless if Kyler adjusts the setup to change the line. I'm feeling if he's doing a 7 horsepower reduction, this is going to be more of a momentum track than it is a traditional short track.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever seen the Legends there? That would be my next vote. It's like a super speedway.
Yes.
But only a half mile.
Full throttle super speedway in the Legends. That would be something crazy to do.
Well, that's all I got tonight. What do you guys got left? Is that it?
I don't know. Anyone still watching? I don't even know. I've kind of forgotten that we're still live.
I say whoever's still watching, you probably should go to bed at this point.
We still have 23 people watching. I don't know if y'all want to do something. Suggest it. Obviously, don't say anything stupid. But
y'all are done past that point.
Goal, because me and Trev have stupid. We still need to figure that out because we have ideas for something that's should be coming on Friday nights. We have an idea for. Still need to put it into motion. Come on, let's have some good like okay, maybe like a little stupid, but like not like unmanageable stupid. You know.
I'm curious. How did Landon? What are your thoughts on Auburn's performance? March Madness.
Okay, all right. Where was Embry-Riddle, Austin? Where were they?
Undefeated. 0-0. You can't lose what you haven't played.
No, they did what
Actually,
Auburn usually does.
You know what?
They did really good, and then they choked.
You mentioned that our basketball team is Division II, and our coach gets paid $500,000 a year to do nothing.
To do nothing.
We have not. I couldn't even tell you what our team did that was notable. So.
Well, I guess Auburn. Like I said, Auburn's. It's just what they always do. They're really good, and then they can't.
They choke just like their football team. Mm-hmm.
Usually, yeah. So Auburn had time out. 2 years where they were not Auburn. And that was 2010 and 2013. Yes, Cam Newton, 2010, 2013, the Miracle, and Kick 6 and all that. Then they had a couple of good years ever since, and like odd years, which is weird. It's like every odd year, they're better than even years. It's like Logano in the Cup Series. But this year, they were garbage. And the last Auburn game I actually went to was the 4th and 31, the Alabama Hail Mary. So my one and only Iron Bowl I've ever been to was them choking an Iron Bowl win at Jordan-Hare against Alabama. So it's just kind of a microcosm for how Auburn athletics are. I mean, they're good. They're good. They can have the best team ever, but then they just don't win. So it's whatever.
Can I do an honorable? A sidetrack from that. Denny Hamlin, what a goat this weekend. what a GOAT performance.
Hey, Denny Hamlin.
Just
yes.
Taking it in ride. What a GOAT.
Anyone that hates Denny Hamlin, you and me can have words.
Tell you what, though, Blaney, that's like something you see in money racing, where it's like no matter what you do right, you can't win one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of funny how Larson wrecked basically the exact same way in the exact same spot on lap 4 and 4 laps to go.
Can we go ahead and say Larson is like 50% washed? At least 50. He's great, but he's not Penske great right now. I'm a Hendricks guy, by all means, but he's not Penske great right now.
You know what I just had an idea for? We're sitting out here talking about NASCAR. How about a PGR podcast about NASCAR?
Oh, you don't want it because the GOAT is going to be in the 24. I'm just going to tell you that now.
What do you mean the
GOAT?
Jeff Gordon's been gone forever, and Jimmy's
Jeff
better
Gordon's
anyway.
Still, you put Jeff Gordon in a car right now, he'll still wax the field.
He's like 90 years old.
90 years old. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy barely did anything. He lucked into a Daytona.
Jimmy finished third in the 500.
Lucked into a third at the 500.
No, he didn't luck. He had to position himself to be there.
Sir, Jimmy Johnson basically money raced his way into a third place.
Okay, no. Jimmy earned a spot.
Okay.
7 championships is more than 4. I'll remind you of that like I always do.
If you want to technically add it, Gordon's got them 7 too because it's his car. But we just talk, whatever.
No,
it is what it is.
Was he driving the car to 7 championships? I don't think so. He could only drive 4 of them.
It was the financial backing behind it, so I think that counts.
Financial backing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These Jeff Gordon fans, I swear.
24 ever.
48 over.
So, I guess we're gonna bring this to a close, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's still broadcast. All right, what are we doing?
And Mike left us. I don't even know where Mike went.
This was Mike's idea.
Mike got enough for the night.
He just left. Well,
bedtime.
Yeah, I guess bed. Is he? No, he's still on. Was he? He might be. Who knows? Anyway, well, for anyone still watching, there's still like 20 people watching. Thanks for watching the PGR Lite Series race number 2 of season number 2. Let me look at the schedule real quick. See where we are next week. It will be the Next Gen's at Atlanta.
Oh, let's go.
A little bit of Atlanta action next week. Love to see it. One of my personal favorite tracks. I wish I could race, but I'm banned because I'm a PGR winner. There is proof for anyone that doesn't believe that. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, let's go pull it up on the PGR eSports YouTube channel.
I'll pull it up in my downloads of my 2-hour streams. Again, thanks, Austin. I'd rather you just not broadcast, Austin, because I win every time. That's one of my.
Just keep coming back, Austin.
No, okay. When's Austin gonna run a race in a Thursday race? That's my question.
I ran 2 races. It was a while back, but I ran 2 races. Was on the front row on the white flag lap, both of them, and wrecked in both. I was like, nope, that's enough of that.
Can we get the microphone boys together and put y'all on a team?
We basically it's what it was in the Light Series. I don't know where Dawson was this week. Oh, he went to Bristol. Well, hopefully he'll be back on he won't be back Thursday. Next week we'll figure it out.
Hopefully he's having a better time than we are.
Probably. Well, I think I'm gonna head out. It's bedtime. I will
right.
see you fellas later.
Bye,
And,
Austin. Hey, don't finish
broadcast
28th
as
again
always.
next week.
We'll see. I don't know. The rest of the field doesn't seem to like me trying to go to the front. So
31st.
All right, see you guys.
See you, Austin. Anyway, well, you and me, Trev.
Yep. Just like we said it was gonna be.
What a race. I've had to pull this, or anyone that is still watching. This is a little behind the scenes broadcast for you, I guess. This is what we actually use when we are changing cameras and everything, but I can't pull the results back up because the server has actually closed. So this is what y'all are gonna get for results. Just the straight broadcast data. So anyway, if anyone still want to see that, but
it's accurate.
It is. Yeah.
What's this bar on the side with all that Mark Vondell, David Flanagan?
What do you mean?
What's all that on the far side on the right?
What do you
The
mean?
bar on the right side. Right. Now on the bottom right.
This
Bottom
stuff?
right. No,
Oh, this right
no,
here.
No,
You talking about
nope,
this?
nope, the bottom. No, you just closed all of it. The very bottom, where the arrow is.
The yellow stuff?
Do you see where it says restart event?
Yeah.
On the bottom right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not even hovering over it.
This.
What is that?
You're talking about this?
Oh, the stuff with the stuff with all the names on them.
Yes,
What's that?
this
With the
stuff.
green
This
flag.
is-
Yeah, what's that?
So this is how we cut to replays. This you double click this and it'll stop back. It'll cut back to it and everything like that. This is basically, this isn't every event. This is only off tracks and flags that happen, because if we you can also have like pitting over like passes, and then comments is when people type. So obviously we don't have passes turned on because this would just be spammed in super speedways, and then pitting, we don't need that either. So this just cleans it up when we have all this. This was after the race when everybody just decided to crash. But
per usual.
Yeah, that's what that is. And this is all the I can't even pull the tower up because the server ended. Tonight's race info, which I never brought up. Good time to bring it up now. This race was in the trucks, in case anyone didn't notice. 50 laps, 50% fuel, 2 tires, no fast, fixed sets, 1 green, white checkered. There we go. Got that covered. Just 3 hours later. But
As long as you provide the information, we'll be listening.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, so this is what this is. It looks very confusing. It's not. It's simple.
Quentin wants to know why he crashed so much. He's in the chat.
Oh, what did Quentin say?
Said, why did I crash so much?
I don't know. Let's bring him in the booth.
Oh, where's he at?
Quentin Steinbach. Do you have a copy?
You better unmute because I know you've been talking.
There he is.
What's up?
All right, we got Quentin up here now. I don't know. You saw what he said, Trev, so go ahead.
So what do you mean? How many times did you crash this race, Quentin?
I mean, quite a few. I got hit a lot.
Who hit you?
I don't know. A few people. Just
Anybody
random,
you'd like to talk about?
no beefs. Just like slight Arca breaks.
Arca breaks. Who did that to you?
I don't even really know. I think
Into your memory, a car number, a color.
00, or who's 00?
Oh, I remember that. I saw that on the broadcast. Yes, it was when Flanagan flipped. It was when Flanagan flipped and Quentin got packaged into David. His damage didn't. I don't think your damage was that bad, but
David had 8 minutes of damage after that.
The damage was never that bad.
Oh, can I pull this up? Hold on, so we can see where we're actually.
It just got me.
There he is. The man out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah, we talked about that the other night, didn't we?
Yeah.
What goes on in Cheyenne, Wyoming?
Nothing. The daddy of them all. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Cheyenne.
Not an idea, not even a clue of what that is.
Not in reference to that.
Cheyenne Frontier Days.
No idea. I'm Brown brother, so you gotta catch me up to this.
I don't know. It's just like a big state fair kind of thing, but it's not the state fair. But there's a lot of concerts and whatnot. A lot of country artists.
Do they have pie competitions and biggest pigs and Charlotte's Webs?
What?
I don't honestly. I don't know. There's a lot of carnival rides and they have the biggest or some of the biggest country artists. I don't even know who's on the lineup this year. I don't. It's usually not the good ones.
You think Morgan Wallen would make an appearance at what do you call it? Cheyenne, Wyoming?
Cheyenne Frontier Days at Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah.
I'm getting.
I bet he would.
There we go. Oh no!
So,
it's not
I'll bet some of those like contact notifications that you get are from this last wreck here.
Oh,
I did
sure.
kind of like.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Folks. Yeah.
Or yeah.
So how'd you get into Quentin? What's your experience? How did you find it?
So I don't know. I started almost a year ago, last June, sim racing, first time ever, like getting a wheel. And somewhere I just kind of been racing, gaining rank and whatnot through iRacing, and somewhere along the way, I don't even know who it was. I wish I remembered, but somebody was like, "Hey, you hold a good line. Come race with, come try it out at PGR," and that was the first time. I kind of I subscribed to the Discord for a little bit. Didn't race for a little while, maybe like a month or two, and until I felt like I was good enough, and then try it out one time, and it was like a Thursday night. I can't believe that one of my first times was like on a Thursday night. But just been doing it since. It's been a lot of fun. I've been having a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely one way to get introduced to PGR is by doing a Thursday race as your first one.
You're right.
Those are apocalyptic sometimes.
Oh man, yeah. Sometimes it's really good or really bad, but 9 times out of 10 really good.
When I first started, it was like really good. It kind of hit like we started getting crazy spot for a little bit, but it's been getting better.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, these last few weeks have cleaned up a little bit. I mean, we still get our cautions here and there, but
yeah,
it's definitely cleaned up. What's your you a racing fan?
Yeah, I kind of, when I was younger, I watched a lot of it. My mom actually is a huge NASCAR fan. She was like a big Dale Senior fan and Dale Junior fan.
Okay.
And yeah, I watched it a lot when I was younger. Stopped watching for a long time, and then recently, like a few years ago, started watching again and just really got hooked on it. And that's kind of why I started racing, sim racing.
Well, how are you enjoying it now? I assuming you're taking a liking to it. You got any favorite tracks or anything you're good at?
I really like the trucks. Pretty much speedways and super speedways. Those are my favorite. I've been kind of liking the short tracks more. I kind of like Bristol, and I did Martinsville the other day. Was it R&R that did that?
Yep, R&R.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Did all right, I think. I can't remember what I did there, but yeah.
So
kind of just getting into
you've been doing this for a little bit. You've been in the game for a little bit. So who would you say? No beef or anything like that. But who would you say is the biggest tool in money racing right now?
Tool?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like everybody here. Everybody,
No, we're not doing that. No, that's not what he asked.
Tool? I don't know.
Yeah, no beef, no hate, nothing like that. Just who do you think is the biggest tool?
Dude, I don't know. It's been a while since like I've felt like anybody's been a tool.
All right, the safe response, the safe answer. I get it.
Everybody's been pretty nice lately.
It's been pretty nice. Okay, well, I mean, we'll take that answer for now. But
I wish I agreed with that.
Yeah, week to week, we know how this goes. At one point,
we're not getting into that.
Oh, I'll get into it. At one point, I thought. Well, I can because I'm not a broadcaster. At one point, I thought Landon was the biggest tool there was.
Okay, that was one race a couple weeks ago. When I still I don't even understand.
It was two colors.
I don't even understand why you were mad at me. I still don't. Oh yeah,
would
dude,
you like
because
to tell
of
him?
lap 3.
Tell him why.
Lap 3, I got trashed by Kyler Wynn, and Trev got mad at me for it.
Yep, took me out on lap 3. That's why I think Landon was the biggest tool. See, so something like that. Is anybody taking you out?
Trev
Anybody
loves
just
me.
put you in the wall? I hate that guy with a passion. He just doesn't know it.
I don't. Well, I mean, the Light Series just started.
Mhm.
There's really nobody now. There was probably somebody last season, but I can't think of it now.
Have you ever raced with Chase Mastretta?
I have raced with Chase Mastretta. I will say, he does have quite the mouth on him in race chat.
Yeah, he does.
I have heard.
Oh, we've all heard.
Yeah.
Chase is not afraid to speak what's on his mind, which that has to be respected in a way. But
yeah,
sometimes
that's, it's something to like about everybody. Everybody's got their character.
Well,
no, I love
all
Chase.
in all,
Chase as Chase is like the best teammate, though. He's so loyal.
Yeah.
He's like a pit bull, is what he is.
I don't really know the teams. Who's he on?
Oh, the teams. Oh my. Oh, well, here we go.
Oh man, here we go.
Nightmare eSports is me, Chase, Cody Nagels.
Okay, I like Cody.
Alex Hill, or Sean Hill in the session. Who else is there?
Sean Hill is also a tool. Let's just throw that in there.
No. Oh, Dawson Wise.
Biggest tool of them all.
And the other two I can't announce. So.
Oh yeah, because we're doing that. That's right. All right. Well, Quentin, it's been nice talking to you. In your and I got one final question for you. What's one thing you think we could change or do better for the Light Series, or just in general?
I don't know. I think we're doing all right.
All right. These
Something
answers are so corporate.
I'm trying to.
Right.
I think something about the not necessarily ARCA braking, but just like when the yellow flag comes out, guys just should slow up a little bit.
Okay.
So
all right.
ARCA braking.
Well, Landon, how about this, Landon? Every week, because I like Quentin. I think he's a great character.
Yes.
How about every week that he races, we're gonna have an interview with Quentin during the race, or after a wreck, or what? We'll just pull him up, and we're just gonna have an in-race interview with Quentin every single time.
So, see, that's what we were gonna do with Tucker McClendon, and Tucker decided to crash twice in the first 10 laps tonight, and he left. So, I guess you're right.
Well, him and I are working together. We're all in.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, wait, you and Asher Little are with Logan now, aren't you?
Yep, PPG.
There it is.
We're all in PPG together.
Anyone that didn't see that announcement, PPG's back to life finally after Nightmare kind of swept it out from under him. I still feel bad about that when we took Ethan and Freddie from him. But now
it doesn't matter.
Now it doesn't matter because they went to run with Malik Ray and Kyler Wynn. So
we're just a little bit of a rebuilding phase here. We're gonna.
Well, that's a great start.
Development here, so.
You want to join Nightmare?
So it's funny because Asher and I started. We just the other day started Alliance. We were gonna do our own team and just kind of start a development team there, and the same day we get a message from Tucker and I think Logan say join us. We're like, oh god, okay.
Well, can you please get Logan to race more again?
I would like to. I like when he's out on the track. It's a good time.
Logan York is by far one of my favorite people in this, and when he doesn't race, it makes me sad.
I think Logan's buying a car. I think that's why he's not racing anymore.
That is,
I
I heard that too.
But... Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought a car, so I'm getting to the point where I need to start cashing or.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is why you money race.
Yeah.
So make the car payments, baby. That's what we do. Make car payments around here.
Yep.
Oh, what a... It is midnight. And we're still live.
Only 11 o'clock here.
Oh, okay. Technically,
Yeah,
11
it's,
today for me.
it's Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's 11 o'clock.
Well, I think... Yeah, Trev, let's start a podcast.
I'm down for that.
think
We're
I-
going to
We
bring
could-
Quentin in.
we
Quentin's
can
going to
talk
be
about NASCAR
our...
and Quentin. Yeah, let's
Yep.
all three of us start a podcast. We can talk about NASCAR, we can talk about money racing, just whatever.
Let's do it.
It sounds perfect. That actually does
Alright.
sound fun. But
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Appreciate
still
you,
haven't
Quentin.
even-
Thank you for taking some time.
yeah, that,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, appreciate you guys. Thanks to all you guys. Thanks to PPG for picking us up, me and Asher. Thanks to Asher for spotting for me tonight. And yeah.
Wait, why was Asher not racing? I just realized that. Where was he?
I think he's taking a break a little bit for school.
Oh, that's fair.
And I think he's gonna come around right at the end of the season. He's gonna come to that Kansas race and start running. But yeah, after that, if I don't know when they plan on doing light series after that, but probably keep doing it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Awesome.
Oh, there we go. That's a midnight interview with, or excuse me, 11 p.m. interview with Quentin Steinbach here on
From Cheyenne, Wyoming.
From Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yes, he is from. But his truck even says Wyoming on it. That's how you know he's from there. I forget Wyoming's a place. Did you watch Yellowstone?
No, I didn't.
There's
actually.
all
I
right,
have
all right,
not.
no, come on. There's no way you're
I,
from Wyoming. I know it was in Montana, but that's the same place. And you didn't watch Yellowstone.
It's not the same place. You know, it's funny.
close enough.
I've kind of never even been to Yellowstone. I did go like when I was like a baby in the park with my parents, but since then I haven't been back, and I've been meaning to go.
And how far away is that from you?
It's literally on the other side of the state from me. It's on the diagonal on a diagonal line.
So it's kind of far.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I was about to say, if it's like a 30-minute walk, then that's kind of bad, but that's understandable.
Yeah, no, it's in the northwestern side of the state, and I'm in the southeastern side of the state.
I get that though. I mean, I've been in Alabama my whole life, and there's things that are close to me, or I mean, well, honestly, not even that. I mean, Georgia, because I could basically 30-minute drive to Georgia. Stuff there I ain't even seen. I've been here my whole life, so I get that.
All right. Yeah, I've been in most of the states like around me, but yeah, it's a big state, so it's hard to get around. Not a lot of places to stop either.
Yeah, but that's kind of the point of it. It's
Yeah,
like all
it's
out
awesome.
in the open. It's western,
It's the best.
the
I
Wild
love
West.
it. In my opinion, the best state in the country, but you know.
I
that's a-
disagree, but
sure,
that's fine. We're gonna.
You ride horses?
I mean, I have, but
okay.
I don't currently.
That was the only question I had for you. I saw
Have
the
you
horse
ever
on the
ridden a
truck.
horse, Trev?
I have ridden a horse. Yes, my people were actually grown on horses.
What? Wait.
I don't,
Yeah.
Did you just say grown on horses?
Yes, grew up on horses.
Okay,
yes, sir.
that's better.
Sorry, they weren't grown on horses. That sounds kind of weird, but they were actually grown up on horses. Yes, from my native country.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere. We had horses, we had cows and bulls. My dad raised bulls, like bucking bulls, for.
Ah, so you're a bull boy. I got you.
I never, I never did that shit.
You ever tried to lasso a bull, or maybe like be what do you call those things? A matador?
No.
Well, yeah, me neither.
I probably could though. I mean, I definitely have dodged cows and bulls before from
trying
to kill
Yeah,
him.
a matador from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Why not?
I mean, that makes sense though, doesn't it? To have like
so.
the ranchers and things out there, the people that actually have to deal with bulls and everything, be the matadors.
I do know a few bullfighters, or like that's what they call them. You know, they're like they go out when the rider is riding, they get bucked off. You know, they try to shoot the bull. They try to take the bull's attention away from the rider.
Well, speaking of bulls, I heard that it's illegal to transport bull semen across borders.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that.
I read it on the internet. I just assumed it.
Why
was
do
right.
you know something about that, Tro?
'Cause I read it on the internet, and everything on the internet is correct.
I'd have to ask my dad. I bet he'd know. He used to.
Well, that'll be the next interview when we do it next week. We'll ask you about bull semen.
Sounds good.
What a crazy. This is getting off the rails.
Yeah. So we'll save it for the podcast.
Dude, I'm genuine about that. That would actually be kind of cool and fun.
Brian Hennings in the chat just said WTF LOL about bull semen.
Brian,
it's a real
where,
thing.
Where's
Look it up.
Brian?
Yeah.
We need Brian in here.
My dad would breed bulls. You know, and you'd have
to bull semen.
Well, yes, that is how that works, Trev.
I remember watching, like, there used to be like auctions on TV where you'd like call in and and buy, like, what do they call it? Oh shit.
Dairy auction? I don't know. Would they auction off bulls?
They would call, you know, like it would be the line of the bull, or like, you know, it would be the semen, you know, they would the bull semen. They had a name for it, so it wasn't just bull semen.
Well, that's one thing we got to look up, Landon, for the next episode.
Yeah. I'll talk to my dad. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, let's get your dad on the podcast next week. We'll
oh boy,
we'll have a thrilling conversation. Ignore that voice crack. Goodness, we've been talking for 3 hours. Yeah, that's next week. So what is this? This podcast is just going to be after the live series?
We can do that. I don't know. Maybe we need to start our own channel. I don't know if.
Yeah, but we have like a base around PGR though.
What do we call it? What'll be the name?
Not something obscene like you're probably thinking.
That was, yeah. I'm already thinking like.
Oh wait.
Well,
we got
Night Shack.
We got Brian Hennings. I told him to come to PGR, and he's here.
Oh wait! Oh my! We're never gonna end this broadcast.
I told him to come in here for a quick interview.
All right,
Quentin has been real, brother. We appreciate you.
No,
We're gonna see you
Quentin in here.
next
Keep
week.
him in
Oh,
here.
all right, Quentin, you're right. That's right. Quentin's staying in here.
Yeah, he's part of. He's one of the podcasters. We gotta keep him in here.
I didn't want to take him away from Gartic Phone. I don't know. That's what they were playing.
All right, I'm
I
moving.
don't know what the hell that is.
There's Brian.
Is this the infamous PGR After Dark that I've heard of?
Well, not that's not what that was. That was supposed to be an actual league series, and that never. Well,
That's not a bad name.
Keeping the broadcast going, are you?
Something like that, evidently. Yeah, we're just having a podcast over here. I'm trying to switch to you, and I can't. Hold on.
I say, did you see Freddy's lag switch work perfectly?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, there was a few times that happened tonight.
I went from 23rd to 8th, so it was fun. Nash was upset because he lifted too much, and I cracked the throttle once. You should show my cockpit view going through that. It was fun.
Through what? The
last lap.
We're gonna do it now. Hold on. Where are we at? All right.
You got to rewind more. Yep. There we go. Right there. Good enough.
Oh, this is.
Wait, too far.
Holy crap! Yeah, you went a whole lap ahead or behind.
Well, that was the crash
there we
after
go.
the finish.
No, this is.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is the
you
last lap.
So take us through this, Brian.
I just, I saw smoke, and we all knew that, it's a green white. They're not going to throw the yellow, so no lift challenge. So here comes the smoke. Puff of smoke. All right, I cracked the throttle once. Right.
Holy crap! Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeet.
Wow.
Oh, there
That's
goes
what I
your
wish I
teammate.
got.
I'm debating if I should have. Oh, there goes Nick. I'm debating if I should have stayed behind Dougie coming up here out of 4. I wonder if I could have pushed him to 5th. There's Doug. But yeah, I got back up there, so helped some points out.
That's the name of the game for this series is points. Oh, you definitely pulled out on him. And we don't pull out here at the Jack Shack, so we definitely know you pulled out.
Yeah, I feel bad for Brock. He's did what I do a lot. One spot out of the money.
Yeah.
That was my end.
Brock's one of those guys he's been getting better. He's gotten way better from where he started, so.
Right.
So is you. So there's a common thread going around that you are probably, how would you say it, Landon? The most improved driver of what, last year and then going into this year? What's the secret behind that?
Well, I mean, I did a shit ton of super speedway racing in VRX. We used to host nightly races, sometimes 3 of them or more a night, like every freaking night. And came into the money scene, and it was completely different. I mean, I don't know, had a good footing, but always thought I qualified well until I started running these races, and it's like, holy shit. And then, got to learn how to queue better. But I think my problem is the teammates aren't always there. But now the last few races, it's been getting better. Like Nick's been doing good, and Nash and Brock's been doing better. So we just need to be together at the end. That's I think my problem is not having a teammate at the end.
Well, Nightmare Esports.
That was my next question.
Where am I jumping ship to? Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with PGR. I mean, I felt pretty happy that they invited me in when I first joined. So I've been riding along with them, but it gets a little frustrating when the 2 boss men don't even chill and voice with us during races. So both of them. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
they're always off in NBG or wherever else. So it's usually just
those boat guys. They don't even have boats.
Right.
Yeah, we're not racing boats.
Well, Baker's on a boat right now, I think, or could be wrong.
He's somewhere blowing up a toilet, or was blowing up a toilet.
Right. Well, hopefully he's blowing up some hooties too.
Hootie hoo!
Oh my god.
Anyway. Yeah, you know me, Landon and Trev. I'll fucking push anybody. I don't care.
It's true.
I just want to win someday.
Well, you're going to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just need that little bit of luck at the end,
You should have won that last Jimmy Crow race.
Yeah, the one with Malik. That one was tough, dude. I mean, fuck. That would have been fun to beat Malik right there at the line, but
You should have just turned right. And,
I know, man. It's not my nature, but I guess I need to start being that way.
You should have just trashed him.
You know what they say? When in doubt, just put him in the wall.
Right.
I mean, I would be fine if you just trashed me for that too. Like,
mental note. All right, wreck Landon for a win. Got it.
Yep.
Hey, I'll take that mental note myself.
Hey, that was for a Jimmy Crow win. All right, that's good.
Right on. All right, well, I'm gonna get back to my PUBG folks. We like to shoot people after races.
Appreciate you coming in here and talking with us.
Yep. I'll see you gentlemen around Wednesday or Thursday night, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Thursday.
All right, cool.
Probably not tomorrow or Wednesday. No, tomorrow and
Wednesday.
Thursday. Yes.
Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I run.
Don't do Ron mowers. Yeah. I should, but I
just
don't.
so I can lead laps and then get wrecked again.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Legendary. PGR, pay get wrecked. Have a good one, guys.
Wait, that I just understood that. Okay.
PGR, pay get wrecked.
Okay, that took me. So I was like, "What are they?"
You haven't heard that yet?
No.
No, this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Oh no.
I came up with that on my own. I can't believe nobody else ever thought of that. Pay, get wrecked.
That's a great.
We're gonna be using that as our new podcast name.
Hey, get wrecked.
Good shit. All right, guys. See you around.
Yeah, see you, Brian.
Later.
I love Brian Hennings.
Yeah.
Well, quick. I'm all out of beer, so
Yeah, I gotta go get more. So, I mean, I got it, but it's downstairs.
oh yeah, I know that walk. Oh, I'm not opening this bottle of liquor. Well, I did already, but I'm not opening it again. So, I think it's about time to call this shit quits.
Yeah, I agree. Oh wait, ooh, look at this little action shot.
Oh, look at Quentin.
Yeah, hold on. Ooh.
Mm.
Look at that. That beautiful.
Repping the old Yoda. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna take a picture of that. Hold on. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. You better send that to me.
I am. That's. I mean, it's gonna. Well, hold on. Let me. Can I? All right. Let me just get rid of the broadcast stuff.
I'll make it my new Discord profile picture.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
There we go. See, here
I've
we
been
go.
getting hate for the one I have currently.
What is that?
It's I don't know which.
Is that
pope.
the Pope smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah. Yeah. It was a joke. I've been meaning to find a new one, so here we go. This is a good one.
No, I think it's great.
All
Really
right,
emphasizes.
There you go. There's a blurry one and there's a clear one.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Like how I
Right
take
there, we're
good
gonna slap-
pictures of other people's cars, but not mine.
Oh, we're gonna slap the logo on the side. Paid, get wrecked. Right there.
Yes.
So a new podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Paid, get wrecked. After dark.
Yes.
After race.
After dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I gotta get.
Is
to
gonna
bed,
be
guys.
the end. I mean, we've gone so far over. Like, I'm pretty sure like we're past the amount of time that the actual race was. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna end that here, and I am going to. I guess this will be the last shot of it. Thanks for watching. For anyone that still is, next week is what was it? Cup at Atlanta for race number 3 of PGR Lite Series. Hopefully, we'll get another first-time winner like we did with Wyatt Gray tonight. That'd be really cool. Maybe it'll be Quentin Steinbach next week. Calling it now. Bet on it. There it is. Quentin Steinbach is going to be next week's winner, and I just prophesize that. And if that happens, you have me to thank for that. So
I will thank you.
yes.
I'll split the pot with you.
I don't know if I possess such powers, but maybe I do. Maybe y'all or you are gonna win it, or somebody. I don't know. But we'll.
Quentin, I'm gonna prophesize that you get wrecked. But other than that,
pretty good prophet.
so we have both ends of the spectrum.
Sounds good. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. So like either one or the other happens, so we're both covered. CYA. So
Hey, get wrecked.
yeah, next week Light Series, watch it. Tomorrow night will be RMR with Triscaro broadcasting it, so you can watch me get wrecked and Trev get wrecked. Wednesday will be Ninth Gear broadcasting, I believe, racing at Bristol with our Roughneck group R&R, and then Thursday, you know what happens on Thursdays is PGR, actual PGR. So that's as far as I know, that's the upcoming week. So thanks for watching this extended post-race coverage of race number 2 of the PGR Lite Series.
Thank you. Good night.
I think when in doubt, pull out.